Yeah.
Oh.
We got a new entry last night.
Hello.
Yep. His list now is Planet Terror, Hobo with a Shotgun, and The Greasy Strangler.
Wow, Street Trash knocked out of the top 3, eh?
Yep. The Greasy Strangler was added in. We're back. I don't know why it does that, but it does it every time.
That's because I was going live on 3 different platforms at once.
Yeah, but we used to do that. Oh, you're not using XSplit anymore?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, we used to do that all the time.
Well, yeah, but that's the time where I all start going live, so there's a lot more CPU usage at the time.
Excuse me. Classic dead stream. Should start the Twitch one last, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before.
Oh, okay.
I better subscribe to the Stream Void podcast.
You haven't?
Yeah, that's what I was doing before.
Oh,
okay.
Master, it's my
Subscribe to
Rudy
the Stream
Tooty
Void
Disco
podcast.
Cutie.
Oh!
Lighting is different? Yes, it is. Do we look like we have
Jaundice?
kidney disease?
Oh!
Do we need to go for dialysis? Lighting is... Hey there, what can a ding-dong diddly streamer gonna do for you? Bobby, are you streaming tomorrow, Bobby? Bob, lick.
Yeah, if the nano leaf is a color, we look awful.
Oh, you're streaming
it's not a color,
today, Bobby.
we're fine.
Oh. I can't watch. I can lurk, but I can't watch. Because I want to play the game. So, yeah.
It's funny, we don't drop frames on any platform unless it's Twitch.
Unless it's Twitch?
Yeah.
Then that means Twitch is a shit pile.
Twitch is, yeah, we dropped 120 frames on Twitch. Everywhere else, fine.
Oh, that's probably from when you were connecting to the other.
Probably.
The wall lights are bright. Yeah, they are. What's the giant tube on top of your CPU?
That is a signed poster of Offspring's last tour here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Hmm?
Why?
I'm going to get it put somewhere.
In the garbage can?
No. Offspring's a good time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Alrighty.
I'm a big Offspring fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. The game won't download for whatever reason. I left it download last night. It's progressing, but it never installed, so it restarted all the progress. Damn! Classic PlayStation maneuver. How are you today, Master?
Yes. I was smashing your face last night.
You were smashing her face? Oh,
Yeah,
with the hammer?
With the hammer.
I immediately turned that shit off. I was like, why is this hammer here?
I didn't realize you could just hold it down, so I kept double clicking it, like just smashing it
Oh,
with
yeah.
my finger, and then it would like full screen.
I did that at first too. I turned the hammer off immediately.
I like the hammer. It was fun to smash.
I turned it off. I did it for a bit, and then I was like, I'm over this. Because every time I'd like mouse over the screen, it would leave the hammer in the middle of the screen, and then I like, fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was something to do with some kind of interaction with
Sea of Thieves. Yeah.
I was like, oh, hey, this is cool. What does this do? What can I do with this?
Yeah, can I hammer the shark that attacks them? Nope.
Nope, just a hammer thing.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of Sea of Thieving going on last night.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like barrel trauma. Less dying.
Less dying, yeah.
Should give you like a high score.
Well, you just hold the button down.
Yeah.
And the auto hammers.
I love barrel.
Yeah, we did a good sub cleaning.
Can't stream barrel.
Well, you need a crew. Barrow's a little bit harder. You need a crew.
Gotta focus. What are you talking about, Focus Master? You look at your chat like every 10 minutes.
I was gonna stream Barrow last night, but then I was like, I gotta format my hard drive.
Yep.
So I did that instead.
Yep. I just sometimes look at the chat every minutes. The only time you look at the chat immediately is when I drop an ooh-woo in there, and then you have to look because I'll be like, you're muted. So I don't know why. People don't say anything. Usually they're pretty quick, but sometimes it'll be like, how long have you been muted for here? I just got here. Last night when we were streaming, couldn't figure out, like, Mosh was like, his microphone wasn't working, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm like checking all the settings and looking at everything, and mine's working. I'm like, hello, 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 trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it not connected to the thing? So I looked at the thing and I was like, oh yeah, you muted yours. Last of Us still isn't on soap, so just waiting for that. Well, it hasn't aired yet. I don't think it airs till tonight. I think that airs tonight sometime. And it'll be up on soap like immediately. So
Immediate soapage.
Yes. Do you want to do that as the next show, Michael T?
Probably.
Okay.
It's on HBO?
Yeah. Well,
So
it's
I need
in
to-
Crave in Canada, but
Oh, Crave. Okay, I have that.
soap kept buffering on me yesterday. I downloaded the movies. I was like, master, whoa. I downloaded them so they didn't buffer. 2 of the most ridiculous movies of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. One I've been wanting to watch for like 6 years, and the other one I just randomly found yesterday. So, pretty ridiculous. Did you look up the movie I sent you? No, not yet. I was on my way here. Because I'll be like, you're muted. No, I was getting ready to come here when you sent it to me. Is it called The Beast with Two Heads?
Whoa.
The Monster with Two Heads?
Alright, don't do that. Stop that. Le Monster with two heads? The thing what with two heads.
Oh, The Thing with Two Heads.
The thing with two heads.
When I search with The
Stick
Beast
'em
with Two Heads,
Scottish.
it keeps telling me The Beast with Two Backs, and that's something very different. Oh, is this when it's a black guy, but he has a white guy's head attached to his body? I think I've heard of this before. Why can't I hear it? Oh.
I want to transplant my head, not a healthy body. Think I like to donate my body to science after all. So they transplanted the white head onto the black body. All but suspected that neither were there for the idea too much.
What the hell?
What are you guys doing to me?
What are you guys doing to me? Shut up.
Oh my god, he's like sitting on his lap.
I should have known your kind stick together. Will you please stop this infernal machine? Or just shut up. Shut up. You, Doctor? So far, so good. Then how about you taking old happy face off me here?
Take old happy face off me.
Oh my god. Oh, they drove over a fire hydrant. That's crazy.
Man, this guy's a real dub. Cigarette? Hey, man, we smoking while I'm eating.
Oh, so he smoked and the smoke came out of the other guy's mouth. He was eating a pork chop. Oh, they're riding a dirt bike. This is like the world's longest trailer. Holy, that car got wrecked. So did that car. How would they even get the cop cars out of these ditches? Oh my god. They're like the Keystone Cops over here. Yeah, that's something else. I'll add that to
sounded
the
wild.
list. I'll add that to the list. It was like 70s movie. They had a $4 budget.
Yeah.
So they had like the white guy's head. The black guy was sitting on the white guy's lap and he's just sticking his head around. So I'm like, what's going on? Looked pretty good. It looked like something that should have been on Mystery Science 3000 for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they did it on there. No, because it would have been the first thing that would have come up. Would have been that movie on Mystery Science
No,
Theater
yeah.
3000 if I searched for it. High CPU usage. You experience performance issues. I think it's on YT. Nice. I'll keep that one in mind. After the movies last night, Mosh said he has to, for the next week, not watch anything crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
the stream is like buffering now.
Yeah, she won't. She's having issues today.
Damn.
I have to drop a stream.
Drop the... Which stream? Facebook?
I'll drop the Facebook.
Yeah, I had like the other day, I had like 100% memory usage. It's like, what the fuck? And then I restarted and it was fine. Just hadn't been restarted recently, so it was messed up. What's that clicking sound?
It's a fan.
Mm.
All right, drop the Facebook stream.
It still hasn't come back on Twitch for me.
No?
Guess I gotta hit F5 or something. Maybe I'll reload it.
Maybe? Do we reload? Not reload?
Excuse me. I see y'all. Oh. Oh yeah. Okay. Stream is good. Okay, it just was acting weird for me. There we go. Okay. Stream is okay.
Well, I was hitting 100% CPU usage over here.
That's crazy. Why would it do that?
Because I'm encoding to 3 different platforms at once.
Yeah, but not that much. Not that crazy of a resolution.
No, but still.
I guess so.
Uh,
It doesn't usually do that.
no, because two are using the GPU and one's using the CPU.
No, Finch is here. Holy.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Finch, what's up, brother?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I just assumed you overdosed on bangers and mash. It's been a while,
It's
that's
been
for
a
sure.
hot little while, dude.
He was in mourning for 6 months after the Queen died.
Must have been. I mean, I know the real reason. You know, I haven't seen him around.
That's okay. I'm still giggling at Tank's Grease Strangler at it. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
It
Bobby.
definitely has to do with a girl.
The Queen.
not
I was
a
right.
woman.
I was right. It's the Queen.
Or could be a woman. I don't know, Finch.
It's the Queen. I was right. That's crazy. Maybe it was Camilla.
Oh, Camilla.
Yeah. Yeah, that reason is no longer here.
Oh. Sorry to hear that.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad. Sorry to hear that, my guy.
Welcome in, Finchy. Broke up on Boxing Day, so it's been a roller coaster. Wait until after Christmas. It's probably okay.
Yeah.
Don't have a negative Christmas anyways.
Yeah. Positive Christmas, negative Boxing Day. And,
Yeah.
then a debaucherous New Year's.
She's a bitch.
Ah.
Super. That's when he overdosed on bangers and mash. Yeah, and before Valentine's.
Your conclusion?
Yeah, but why wait till after a specific date? Just fucking do it.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
It's like, no, I don't want to wait till after fucking the Ides of March. It's like, no, just do it now. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah, it's like, why Boxing Day? Just to go shopping? Or not go shopping?
Yeah.
I had to work on Boxing Day, so I also fell on Boxing Day, so it kind of sucked too. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Because I said no to shopping jokingly. Oh God. Jeez Louise.
If that's all it took.
If that's the reason why, then you've come out ahead here.
Yes,
I wouldn't
agreed.
leave my house on Boxing Day. I had to go to work. I don't want to get socked. Yeah, but that's like America.
Yeah, that doesn't. You go Boxing Day Canada, it's fine. Everyone
It's-
stands up 6 feet apart from each other.
Yeah, I mean,
Around
it
the
does get a
building.
little jostly, but there's no one scrapping over a TV because we don't get the crazy sales here. There's no like $50 TV here.
Yeah.
It's like you save $50. Sold my setup too because I wasn't using it. Work with Curb Spider, buddy. So now I have a gaming laptop. Rookie mistake. Yeah, there was a spider at the warehouse the other day. That was weird.
That was a big spadre.
Yeah, I killed it.
What kind of spadre was it?
I don't know. It was just all black.
All black?
I didn't see like any red on the back of it. So I was like, nah,
all
homie.
black, all black.
Nah, homie, you must die. So I don't even know what those bugs would eat in there. Like
Other bugs?
I guess so, but I've never seen any other bugs.
That's because the spiders are doing their job.
But I've never seen a spider until that one either.
That's because they're doing their job. Out of sight.
That was my new coworker. I killed that bitch.
Unfortunate.
I'd rather work with that spider than the woman I do work with. She was telling me some bullshit the other day too. And I just was like, she was getting all fucking worked up about this bullshit. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, fine. And then the next day she's like, oh yeah, I talked to the boss and none of this he wants to do right now. I was like, yeah, I know. HR must be running in circles.
What HR?
There is no HR there.
Small company, no HR.
Exactly.
That's just like my company. There's no HR.
Yeah, but there's also no women working.
Oh, there are.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's
not
crazy.
Not so much in the field, but
I didn't even know there was any working in the office.
yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Well, there's one in my office. There's like 3 in the Burnaby office.
Women are the problem in the workplace? I mean, I don't think so. I think maybe some women are, but also some men are too.
Yes,
At
mostly men.
my work right now, there's only one person who's a problem, and it's a woman. But before, there's been dudes that have been a problem.
As far as I know, there's no problems at my work because he left.
Yeah, he was the problem.
He was the problem, 100%.
I don't really. I don't know if I want to say it on here. I guess it doesn't matter, really. Is Keeper moving? Do you know?
Moving?
Yeah.
I don't
like
know.
away?
I don't think so.
I just was looking to buy a Wii on Facebook, and I found one, and it's $50, and I clicked on it. I'm like, hey, I recognize that guy. And then I looked at his selling profile, and he's like selling a sofa, chairs, table, end tables, like emptying the house, it seemed like. Not even Mr. Talk Like a Parrot. He's just annoying. He's a good worker and everything, but he's just annoying. He's not a problem. Like a problem is someone that causes strife in the workplace.
Yeah.
Or he just is annoying as hell. Mr. Talk Like a Parrot. He just will repeat what you say, basically. And he always says the same things all the time. Like every day. Well, first of all, he like copies the way people talk. So like when he talks to me, he'll talk like in a normal sort of voice because I am a dude talking to him. So he'll be like, well, he always says everybody's name like 50 times a day. So he'll just be like, Chris. And be like, yeah, you already said my name today, Paul. Like, no more. But then he'll be like, the women that work in the office, they talk, well, they have a higher pitched voice. So he'll be like, Shauna, what's going on, Roxy? And he just talks like the way he's talked to by people. But then he will also be like, he could come up to you and be like, oh, I watched this movie last night. It was great. I liked it. And I'll be like, that movie sucked. And he'll be like, yeah, it wasn't that good. It's just like, damn, dude, make up your own fucking mind. And he also like he has no critical thinking skills either. So that's sad to see in like almost 60-year-old man. But like when there was a thing going around a while ago about these Amazon workers complaining that they had to walk like whatever it was, they were complaining about walking like 5 miles a day or something like that.
That's just healthy.
And they're like, oh, it's outrageous. He's like, hey, have you heard about these Amazon guys? They have to walk 5 miles a day. And like, oh my God, how can they make them work like that? And I'm like, dude, you walk more than that in a day. And he's like, what? And I'm like, dude, you walk like probably like 15 kilometers, which is like, I don't even know, whatever that is.
Yeah.
7 miles or something like that. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, they're complaining. It's not that bad. And he's like, wow, I had no idea. And I'm like, well, if you would have like thought about it for 2 seconds, you would have figured it out. But you just read the article and just took it as like a word from God. So it's pretty ridiculous. I'm like, I walk like twice as much as those guys working at Amazon in a day.
Yeah, you do. Because you walk to and from work.
Yeah, like 30,000 steps a day. I should get another Fitbit just to see how much I'm walking.
Oh, that's what I was going to do yesterday.
Get a Fitbit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to get a watch style one. I wanted to get like the one I had before that was just the band. I don't need a watch. I don't need a smartwatch. Because I'll be wearing it at work, doing work.
Yeah.
So I don't want a watch.
I don't enjoy wearing a watch. Feels weird, but I'm just not used to it. So
You'll get used to it.
yeah.
Once I was wearing mine, it was fine. I wore it all the time.
I need to keep track of my healthiness more better.
Nah.
Oh yeah, I
Nah.
definitely do.
Same, Mikey.
Just wrap it around my junk.
Speaking of that, we saw Magnum Dong last night. A lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also saw like the exact opposite of a Magnum Dong. It feels weird wearing a watch. What, Mikey? You get a really good, accurate, like, heartbeat when you wrap it around your dong.
Yeah.
It's a really good heartbeat meter.
Yeah. Keeps the package all together too. Keeps it nice and tidy.
Yeah, exactly. Jeez Louise. The Magnum Dong. Yeah, the Fitbit was good. If you wore it to sleep, you could tell like how well you slept and stuff like that, just by how much you were moving around and shit. So,
Oh, you got a sparkle on your face. I saw it.
really,
Yeah, it like
I wonder
just
where
it's
that
just like in the
came
oh, there
from.
it is. I see it.
I wonder where
Just
that
like
came
it was
from.
just like
I wonder where that came
I
from.
don't know.
That's crazy. Must be from my my Sephora makeup kit. that I got.
Probably.
Yeah. Been trying out some new combos in my off time. Good times. Good
Yes.
times.
All right. I better grab some water.
Get some water, Mikey T. So yeah. Yes. Pockets. Pockets, did you get hacked? What happened? Welcome in, Pockets. 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 New Discord account. And I saw the Discord was gone like the wind. So it was kind of sad. Did you enjoy my snap I sent you, Mikey T, of the lifeline on my monster can dressed
Yes,
as
I
an
did.
elf?
I was very pleased.
Yeah. It's a while for it to actually recognize it as a face. I was really trying to get it going.
There was probably some glare.
Yeah. It really wasn't working. That was what I was doing hard at work right there. I was like, everyone else is fucking around here. Well, I guess I'll fuck around too. It's hard for me to like really. So I got a ping saying like 1310 USD increments were being pulled from my bank when I woke up. Oh.
Oh God.
Were they like. So I canceled it? Oh. So then what? Discord banned your account?
Hello, Frank.
Snap still giving me those Mikey and I love stories. Nice. Was someone using your Discord? It was scammers from the Netherlands. Were they using your account to boost to other Discord servers? That's sucked up. It was my email. Oh no. So I lost my email. Oh no.
Recover
That
it.
Sucks.
Get that hot recovery. You need quadruple authentication.
Is that even possible?
I've got double authentication on my Outlook account. So it sends me email to the email and then also sends me a pin to my phone.
Mine does that. I get a ping on my phone, I think. I think you get it. You get a failed login attempt too, maybe. I had that. Damn.
With the Purple Room Studios email,
Mhm.
can't remember what the hell the password is for that,
No.
but it's just like, oh, I'll send you a pin here and send you a pin there. You're good to go. I'm like, sweet.
Google has all my passwords. Didn't matter. Yeah, Google knows all for me. If my Google account, they blacklist my email, so stop any breach.
Yes. Don't worry, Pockets. We got the sub all organized. we got the submarine all organized.
So did they just delete your account or what?
They must have. Well,
Can't get 2FA without verification. Just because, like, the Discord is gone too. Can I sit like this? There's not quite enough space. Can't change your email without doing two-factor authorization.
Two-factor authentication.
Yeah, it's crazy. My email's gone forever. That is sad. Mine is my Gmail account, which I've had since I got my Gmail invite.
Ooh.
That's how long I had it. When you couldn't sign up for Gmail. Someone had to send you an invite to sign up for Gmail. And they were like hotcakes. I think my cousin sent me an invite. He was like into the tech shit though. He used to work for SegaNet back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
He also worked for one of the first like live streaming like strip clubs where they'd live stream their dancers using Real Player.
Oh, Real Player. 240p strippers.
So I reached out to Discord and they said if I've been breached, it's safer to shut it down and delete all of my data just in case. Oh, I see. The tank. The greasy tank is here. You're a classic bullshit artist. And masters my Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Greasy tank, exactly.
Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie.
Yep. So my Discord and server are gone. Sag.
As long as you haven't been removed from the crew, I think it's okay. It's going to be fine.
Bullshit artist. I call bullshit on that. You're a bullshit artist. Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Made a new one. Pockets number 3333. I know I'm friends with you.
Yeah, me too.
We're friendly.
I better add you to the call.
Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie. Add me back on. What if you are the imposter? What if you are the imposter, Pockets? Oh shit. That movie was messed up but also fun. Yeah, exactly.
The Rudy Tooty Disco Cutie movie?
The Greasy Strangler.
Oh.
I wanted to watch that one with another movie called Trash Humpers, but I couldn't find it on the line.
Trash Humpers.
Yeah. Starring Mosh and Curb. If you go to the meme channel on my Discord, you can see a cool Photoshop. I stole my own money from the Netherlands. Those Dutch, man. You can't... you gotta watch your back when the Dutch are about, you know? They'll kick you in the ass with their wooden shoes.
Will they?
Yeah, man.
They're traditional wooden shoes.
Yeah, man.
Traditional ass-kicking shoes, those guys.
That's what they're known for. That shit had me in tears last night. I made that one Sailing the High Seas. It's a beautiful thing. They got me while I was sleeping.
Damn.
Hate when that happens. Hate when that happens. I can't sleep anymore. Yeah, exactly.
No sleep for Pockets.
Exactly. I
Must
had
be
a
ever vigilant.
I had a 3 a.m. email coming through where it said it's like, hey, someone's added something to your Netflix account. I was like, what the fuck? And then it's like, oh, it's from Camels. And I was like, okay, that is here. So the next day I was like, to my roommate's son. I'm like, did you put Netflix on your phone last night? He's like, yeah. It's like, okay. It's Frank. Frankie Baby. It's Frank's podcast.
The Frank Cast featuring Frank.
Yep, exactly. What did I call him? Frankie Fingernails or something like that? Frankie Two Fingers?
Frankie Two Fingers?
Yeah.
Frankie No Fingers.
That's his new name, Frankie Two Fingers. That's his mafia name. It's because whenever he kills someone, he takes their index fingers. So he's Frankie Two Fingers. Frank's World, and we're just living in it. True. That is true. Hey, Franklin.
He didn't like that.
Franklin and Bash right over here. He's like, there's no room on your lap for me to sit.
Sus among us.
Sussy. Frank Fancy Feast?
Frank gets no fancy feast.
Have breached the sub. He has a specially prepared meal because he's a needy boy.
Yes.
He'll be like, I'm hungry, feed me. And you have to go up and point to his food for him.
Yes, even though I've already fed him.
Yeah. See, there's food there.
There's food. I fed you.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like, no,
there, you wiener.
haven't. I'm like, yes.
It's there,
yes.
you wiener.
Yes, I have.
My cat is getting old. That's what happens.
Yes, Frank's an old boy.
How old are you, Frank? I'm 17. You spoon feed him? No, not quite.
You soon feed him? I will soon feed him, yes.
No, spoon.
I'll soon feed him lunch.
Spoon feed him. Just put his tail right in my face.
Yes.
What a guy.
He wishes to display his anus for you.
I'm good. Thank you, Frank. I don't need any anus displays.
No anus displays.
No, I don't think so.
What a sad day.
I've seen my share. That she's like, why are you going into the kitchen? What's you doing? And I'm like, the food is there in front of you on the ground. He's Frank stamping you. Imagine spoon feeding your cat. Not me. Never me. Yeah, right. Every day you spoon feed Nova.
Every day.
It's like, my little baby. I need to spoon feed Nova. Specially prepared meals. My cat is going to be 19 this year. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
How old is Frankie, baby?
I don't know. 12 maybe? 10?
12, 10?
Somewhere between 10 and 12.
What a guy. Look at that little cutie face.
I don't know.
I'm going to be 29. What a geezer. Well, just think about it. This dirty 30s, here I come. I'm 21 this year. Oof.
Oof. Roblox.
Everyone's younger than Master. That's crazy.
Everyone is younger than Master.
That's crazy.
Even us.
Mentally, sure.
I don't know. Master goes out and parties way more than we do.
I'm gonna be 22. That is sus. I'm 21 this year too. Only Bobby's telling the truth in the chat. Everyone else is a mad liar.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 22 too. Okay,
damn,
Tank's a liar as
22.
well. Tank's a liar as well. Oh wait, 22 2 times 2
times 2. Ah, yes, very good.
There you go. That's more like it.
Yeah. I got you.
That's more like it. I'm 12. Oh,
You're not allowed to be here.
yeah. Where's that ban button? I'm 12, and what is this? Yeah, because I'm not a bullshit artist. Yeah, Bobby is a bullshit artist. Bullshit artist. Not there yet, boys. Closer to 44 than 21. Times 2.5. Okay.
Hello, Frank.
I'm going to be halfway to 90 years old this year.
Hello.
In less than a month.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
Someone calling you?
Not on this phone, that's for sure.
Oh, that's an old-ass iPhone.
No, that's the HTC One.
Oh.
Best sounding phone this side of the equator.
Oh, wow, really?
Used to be anyway. Right, Frank?
Why do you have it?
I don't know. I still have it.
Okay.
Pulled it out of a drawer and I'm like, oh, right. What was this band that was on this phone that I was trying to think of? And I was like,
What was it?
yeah, Fleet Foxes.
Oh, yeah. Not Curb speed running life. Am I speed running life?
I don't think
I'm going
so.
to have 3 birthdays this year. 3 birthdays. So what are you having birthdays for? Your actual birthday.
The birth of your Twitch channel.
Okay.
And the birth of your new Discord account.
Oh, is that what it is?
Which was like 2 days ago.
Crazy. I'm going to turn 32. Oh, you're going to you're just going to have 3 birthdays. So you're going to go 29, 30, 31, 32. Oh, wait. That's 4, isn't it? I thought you said you were turning 29 this year. I forgot to do my streamiversary. That's okay.
Yeah, don't worry. I always forget.
Just lie. No one will know. Just say it's your streamiversary every month.
Yeah. It's my monthly streamiversary.
Exactly.
I've been streaming for a month. I've been streaming for 2 months. Yeah, just go by the month.
Exactly.
Or go by the day. It's my 21st day of streaming.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate.
Exactly.
It's my 22nd day of streaming. Let's celebrate.
It'd be interesting if Twitch had those stats, like how many separate days you streamed on and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. They just don't share it with you.
I had to redo my tax information.
Oh, I did too.
They're like, hey, your
Yeah.
tax information's incorrect. I'm like,
No, they
Nope.
just want it updated, even though it's exactly the same.
yeah.
Yeah, I did the same.
I'm
I'm going to have 4 negative birthdays this year.
Negatives.
I've decided. Just say I'm younger than I actually am. It's a classic Hollywood maneuver.
I'm going to get good.
Did you get good?
I got good. I just got good right there.
Nice.
My nose is a little bit stuffed up today. My
You
throat's
can
a little bit
s-
scratchy
You
today.
can sort of hear it. Wait, you don't do that all the time? Which, lie about your age? Now I always tell my real age. When I can remember it.
Yeah. I just say older than you.
My coworkers think I'm 19. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't lie about it. I just really won't say. Joke's on them. Yeah, they're gonna take you out for your birthday. Is Frank turning 34? Yes.
Ferdy fur? Ferdy fur in the first? Ferdy fur in the first. Frank? 44 and a fourth? Is that you?
My ribs are pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I
You
felt
yawned
it.
without pain?
Huh?
You yawned without pain?
Yeah, and the only time I really even remembered today was when I bent down to tie up my shoes, and I bent over. I was like, "Oh yeah, my ribs are a little sore." I'm not a teenage dirtbag anymore. I'm just a regular dirtbag.
Oh.
Oh yeah, teenage dirtbag.
By Wheatus.
Wheatus. How did that song go?
I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Listen to Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, Iron Maiden.
Trying to get that sponsorship, Frank. You gotta leave those gurus. Leave those gurus front
Who
and
was
center.
in the video? Was Mina Suvari was the love interest? I think
movie?
the Wheatus teenage dirtbag. Mina Suvari was in the movie, I believe,
Oh.
because it was from the what's his name, the American Pie guys movie.
Ah, Pie Guy.
Yeah.
Don't know.
No, it wasn't from American Pie. It was from. Was it from American Pie? I thought it was from another movie. I don't remember.
Justin Long?
No. Justin Wong?
Wong?
No. Jason Biggs. I thought it was from another movie, but yeah, maybe it was from American Pie.
Don't know.
American Pie. Imagine you were in Wheatus.
You'd be famous.
Would you?
Yeah, you got that one hit. That I know of, anyway.
Yeah. American Pie. Okay.
P.I.E.
I'll believe you. I'll believe you.
you. Well, we've been
Just
yabbering
a
on for an hour.
teenage dirtbag baby.
Should we go ahead and start the show?
I just want to look up Teenage Dirtbag. The official video. Wow, he's wearing a bucket hat.
He is wearing a bucket hat, baby.
Oh, yeah, you never gave a damn about me. 'Cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Look at the difference in camera quality. It's pretty good.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, hello. American Pie.
Yeah, the Teenage Dirtbag video is based on the 2000 film Loser, not American Pie, which stars Jason Biggs.
Justin Long?
No, is Justin Long in it?
I don't know.
Mina Suvari, I was right. Greg Kinnear. Oh, Dan Aykroyd is in it. Who else? Andrea Martin. Was it filmed in Canada? Catherine Black is military jacket girl. Who's Catherine Black? She's Canadian as well. Stephen Wright is in it. Andy Dick.
Andy Dick?
David Spade. Alan Cumming. What? Have you ever seen the episode of American Dad with the fake Andy Dick on it?
No.
It's so hilarious.
I've never watched a full episode
What?
of American Dad.
Oops, I sharted. That's what Andy Dick says in that. Who are you calling Faye? I have a son. Oops, I sharted. Justin Long is an Accepted. That's a good movie. Isn't that dumb fuck in there as well and Accepted?
Dumb fuck, yes.
Yeah, that fucking bastard son of a bitch. Dumb shit, takes himself way too seriously. Was in Grandma's Boy and The Wolf of Wall Street. Now he takes himself way too seriously. Jonah Hill. Wasn't he in Accepted?
Jonah Hill.
Ask me about my wiener. Or was that a different movie?
I don't know.
I think that was a different movie. Oh, it is that movie? Yeah. Jonah Hill takes himself way too seriously now.
You gotta take yourself seriously.
No, he does it overboard.
Does he?
Yeah, he thinks he's some, like, I don't know, anyways. He was the guy that said he was a piece of shit in Grandma's Boy and asked me about my wiener, and now he's some auteur.
Auteur actor. Only does film noir and Hollywood.
S-H-I-T.
Yes.
Sucks. Hits. It's tits. I don't know.
That is exactly what that means.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, we're going to do Weebus Plebus afterwards. Oh, damn. Before we should... maybe we can do it in between. We have to decide what we're watching next. Health Harmon Institute of Technology. Oh, it's the Shit Institute. Okay.
Institute of Shit.
Shitstitute.
What an unfortunate acronym for them.
Yes. Intentionally done, I'm sure, for the movie.
Yes.
That's like with our City of Kamloops, the cock.
The cack.
Or like Xbox One S, all digital. Do you remember that one?
No.
When they did the Xbox One S, then it was no disc drive, it was all digital. So it was the Xbox One Sad Edition.
The Sad Edition.
Yeah.
Let me check my ideas for animes. I've got Demon Slayer and I've got Chainsaw Man on there.
Chainsaw Man?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Have you watched either of those?
I've watched 3 episodes of Demon Slayer.
There's
You would
always,
hate it.
There's always a thread on the front page of Reddit. I almost said NeoGAF of Reddit about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man.
Tank says we should watch One Piece. BRB.
We can't.
Why not?
It's too long.
No, we don't have to watch the whole series.
Well, no.
All
but
1,000
do
episodes.
we watch a season?
No.
Are we going that in depth?
I don't know.
I think we need to go that in depth if we're going to be watching anime.
Or I reserve comment. Should we do a episode or a movie?
Season 1. One Piece.
I'm sure it's 22 episodes.
What is this?
Anyways, what could you even talk about in One Piece? Yeah, he punched the shit out of everybody. He's made of rubber. He beat everybody up. He can't lose. Next episode, please.
Season 1 is 61 episodes.
Oh, really? Why so few? I gotta mispronounce his name. Luffy? I can't remember which is the wrong way to say it. I think it's Luffy.
Luffy?
And I think it's really Luffy. I prefer Luffy. No, wait. What's his name? I can't remember. He's got a weird name. Holy shit. That's like his middle name. Good lord. You even scared Frank away.
Yes.
Frank's like, nah, fuck that. I'm not interested. We can decide between the episodes, I guess, right, Frank?
I suppose. All right. Wait.
Oh, yeah, Monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D. Luffy.
What a name.
What a name.
What's the D stand for? Dwight?
Dwight Luffy? Monkey Dwight? Monkey Dwight?
Or does he have like a Japanese Daisuke or something like that? Middle name?
Daihatsu?
Daihatsu? Does that mean something? That must mean something.
It's a car.
Oh, no, I know, but it's got
an Australian car brand.
Australian?
Yeah.
Why does it have a Japanese name?
Because it's made by a Japanese manufacturer.
Well, how's it Australian?
Only released in Australia.
Daihatsu?
Daihatsu.
No, not only in Australia.
No. I've seen them around here, too.
There's no way they'd only release them in Australia. They have to pay like crazy amounts of import fees.
Probably.
Everything has import fees in Australia.
Yeah. I mean, there are Australian branded vehicles.
They call them utes.
Those are trucks.
Yeah, the utility vehicle.
Yeah, the old ute.
Ute. There's a song by, oh God, what are they called? The Chats called, what's it called? It's about him getting chlamydia.
In a ute?
It's called The Clap, I think.
The Clap in the back?
Yeah, he pulled a root in the back of the ute.
Got the clap?
Yeah. I've got the clap, I've got the clap. He's got the clap. It's pretty good. The Chats are pretty damn good, actually.
Yeah.
I recommend the Chats big time.
Speaking of the Chats,
hello,
everyone.
Oh.
Welcome to the Stream Void Podcast, episode 112.
Wow.
Yes, it is January the 15th, 2023.
It is.
The year of our Lord.
Wow.
2023.
Luffy D. Monkey, though he's our Lord.
Yeah, Fluffy D. Monkey. Yeah. Yes. We are, we are also, but you mainly are listening to the Stream Void Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you are?
And I am Mikey T, and of course, across from me is Kurbstomped.
Hi.
We're going out of order today because I don't know what I'm doing.
That's all right. You know,
it's been
mix it
a
up.
full week since we recorded the
Keep it
podcast,
spicy.
and I've completely forgotten how to do it.
That's okay. You got to keep it spicy. Switch it up.
It's true. It's true. Oh, so I'll ask you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
How was your week?
Week was pretty good. I feel a lot better after falling down a few times after Christmas. Ribs are pretty well all healed up. I don't get woken up by them in the nighttime, and I can breathe deeply, and I can sneeze, and I can cough, and I can do all those sort of things. The only time I even remembered I had injured them was today. I bent over to tie up my shoes, and I was just like, oh yeah, my ribs are sore. So it's pretty good. I didn't work a full work week. I went home early a couple days, but on Friday I worked all day, and I was doing actual lifting and everything. So by the end of the day, I was like, wow, my back is really sore today, because I was obviously compensating for the ribs, you know?
Yep.
But it was good, you know? I was all alone doing my thing. Quite nice. Quite nice.
Gross.
Come on. I was doing work. I wasn't getting down on work, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a little too dirty over there to get down, I think.
It is pretty dirty from what I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dirty. So I was just moving boxes, and it's like we have I don't know, 10,000 shirts of various kinds, like golf shirts and collared dress shirts and shit.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of just sort of willy-nilly. So if you're I need an extra large, you have to look through every pile to be okay, this is an extra large. Oh, it's not the right shirt. So I'm going through and condensing and sorting them all down and everything. And it's, it's taking a little bit of time, but it'll be way easier once it's done. It's so stupid how they had it over there. It's oh, this box has size 2 and size 8 women's shirts in it, and this one has size 9 and size 12. They're just mixed in there. It's that
doesn't make any sense.
Why didn't we just take care of this in the first place? So that's kind of the way they operate over there. It's oh, just stack it, and then oh, well, we'll fix it later. It's fuck. Why didn't we do it right the first time?
Needs that true innovator in the warehouse to fix it all up.
Dude, It's kind of stupid how they run it over there. And there was probably like, I don't know, 30 just empty boxes. I'd open, like there'd be halfway down the stack. I'd be like, okay, grab this box. Oh, there's nothing even in it.
It's
Like,
just an empty box.
like
halfway down the
they
stack.
tore open the front, pulled out all the shirts till it was empty, and just left it in there.
Oh man.
So fucking stupid.
Yes.
So, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
So
That's
once
awful.
once I'm done, it's gonna be nice. But yeah, now it's a little crazy. Other than that, I worked at the store a little bit. Woman was a little annoying over there this week.
Yeah.
Not too bad, but she just whatever. She wants to be like have her finger in everything, even though she doesn't know what's going on. So she'll like start talking about all this shit, and then the boss will get wind of it, and she'll be like, "Oh, never mind." So yeah, I know. You didn't need to get involved. I already knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So, but the boss is on vacation, but he may as well not be on vacation because I'll be like, "Oh, it's 7 a.m. Oh, text from the boss. Ask me some dumbass question." I'll be like, "Why do you need to know this now?"
Aren't you on vacation?
Yeah. But it's like he's asking me shit, and I just like, why are you thinking about this when you're in Hawaii? Like, anyways, whatever.
Yeah. When I go on vacation, the work phone just goes over there. And then,
Yeah, I'm not-
I'll
never-
look at it, at
No.
like 5 o'clock and be like, fine, it doesn't need me.
If I'm on vacation, it's just like I'm not thinking about work, and I'm not. If someone messaged me about work, it'd be like, I'll get to you in a week's time.
Yeah. That doesn't work out for me because I'm,
Yeah.
manager. So
you're
I kinda
the
have
big
to be-
boss now.
I
so
kind of have to be on point.
I don't have to do that. So, anyways, other than that, I don't think I really did anything too much this week. Did some gaming. Watched a couple things for the movie stream, but it was pretty lazy other than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just recuperating still.
Yeah.
I know you say it's not possible to catch up on sleep, but I was catching up on sleep.
It's definitely not possible.
So you're always just at a negative for sleep?
Yes.
You from the day you're born, you're just like in the
Out of
negatives.
negatives, yeah.
And you can never catch up?
You can never catch up.
So why?
Well, here's the thing. The amount of sleep time that's just a made up thing.
Yeah?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
No.
If you don't get enough sleep.
Yeah, but enough sleep for you is
Yeah.
not necessarily enough sleep for somebody else.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about me. My personal sleep meter has evened out because I caught up on sleep. It was down
Have
here
you,
in the
though?
negatives, and now I'm like, have I
Have you, though?
yawned since I got here?
Yes.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw it. You've yawned once since you were here, but
That's because your conversation is so
that
boring.
must be.
Well, I don't remember yawning, but I'll take your word for it.
It was a small yawn that you sort of
Maybe I
stifled.
stifled a laugh.
No,
No, it was a yawn.
You started yawning, and I was like, yeah, there's a little bit of a yawn, but it was very
Okay,
small.
so
it was
I'm-
minute. You
well,
just needed an extra hit of oxygen in your lungs.
I'm a little behind on the sleep. I need an extra 30 minutes of sleep, and I'm all caught up.
Yes.
So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. Anyways, when you're you're injured, you need your rest
Yes.
to heal up.
Yes.
So I've been-
you heal better when you're
Yeah,
asleep.
so I've been doing that a lot because I was injured.
If your body's not worried about moving around and digesting food and
Yeah.
shit, then you can sleep better and,
Yeah.
and heal more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah.
There you go. What about yourself?
Work wise, was that this last week I did the big presentation?
You said, you talked about it last week that you were going to
Yes.
do it and make it a PowerPoint.
Yeah, making PowerPoints,
Yeah.
doing the big presentation. That went off okay. I don't know. Didn't really get any feedback. Everyone
Was
said
it-
it was good.
Via the internet?
Yeah, via Microsoft Teams, because that's how we operate.
How long did it last?
Like half an hour. I thought it was
Oh.
going to last longer.
Pshaw then.
But I gave 2 presentations, and there were not many questions till after the end.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole meeting lasted probably about an hour, but the presentation probably only lasted half an hour.
No one's asked. I mean, whenever I've been in, have the unfortunate circumstances to be in a conference call like that, I would never ask a question because it's like, I don't understand, but I don't want to be on this conference call anymore. I'll get clarification later.
Yeah.
And then when anyone asks a question, I'd be like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Why are you so stupid?
I have mandatory 2 conference calls a week, and last week I had 5.
Oh my God. The worst.
That's
Could
all
they
right.
could they have been replaced with a quick email?
No,
Oh,
no. These were full on discussions
okay.
about stuff. I mean, one of the ones on Tuesday could have been in just like a quick email because there wasn't much to discuss
Mhm.
since my project is non-existent right now.
I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
But it was it was all right. I enjoy talking to our project manager. Who
I guess
is
that's-
from the main primary.
I guess that's a little different too if the people that you're dealing with aren't annoying as hell.
Oh God, I had one on Monday too.
Wow, even more.
Yeah, this was a training conference call
Mm, fun.
with one of the other primary contractors, and we went through it, and we're like, yeah, we already know all this.
Oh yeah.
We're literally already number one, so
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Just hang up on them.
there was a couple of new things in there that I was like, okay, this is how you guys want this done. This seems good. I think we'll pick this up and start doing this from now on. But a lot of the other stuff was just like, yeah, we already know.
Yeah.
We're already number one on this
You
kind of stuff.
idiots. What do you think you're talking
Who do you
to?
think we are?
Talking to Mikey T here.
Yeah,
Come on.
Mikey T and the crew
Come on.
and the Fiber Friends.
Exactly. Is that the name of your group chat? The Fiber Friends?
Oh, I can
You probably
look at
can't
it.
say the name of it on
I'm gonna look
stream.
at it right now, and then I will say if I can actually tell you.
You probably can't say what it is on
what
stream.
it is because it's
probably something disgusting.
it could be something disgusting.
Change it to Fiber Friends for me.
It could be disgusting.
You should change it to
I'm not
Fiber
entirely
Friends.
sure. Hang on. It's okay. No, it's not something disgusting. It's,
Okay.
I can't view the full thing right now. It's Sky Captain SSU SGU STU and something else.
What's with all the letters?
They have it's specific equipment. All those letters,
Oh, okay.
acronyms. Sheath grounding unit.
Oh,
and-
sheath.
yeah.
That sounds like allow me to place my sheath upon my phallus. We will begin coitus post haste.
So I will say the guys out there right now, we're rebuilding Lytton, right?
Oh yeah,
And-
that place burned down.
That place, yeah, it sadly burned down twice. They had multiple fires there.
Maybe
over
that's
the
when you
last
throw
couple
in the
years.
towel. Like, let's not rebuild.
And so we're working on the highway, bringing stuff in, and on the lines because there's a kilovolt line that crosses it.
Mhm.
The induction is charging the cables with electricity.
Mm.
So when the guys are like opening the cables up to work on them, they're getting electrocuted all the time from the kilovolt lines.
Wow, need a ground on that or
Yeah,
something.
because we didn't build that particular line. Some other people did.
Mhm.
So now they got to like every time they open one up, they got to put a ground rod in and ground the cables out.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was like, what? That's what?
It doesn't sound.
And it was like not like minor shocks.
so. Like,
pretty
does
bad.
that not affect the quality of the internet service?
I don't think so because
That's weird.
it's not electricity that goes down. Them.
No, I
It's
know,
like-
but you'd think that would cause some sort of interference.
you think so,
Anyways,
but no, it doesn't.
okay.
It doesn't. Yeah, that was essentially my work week. Lots of
Just picture him.
that's kind of what it was.
Oh my god!
And they will probably tell you
Good gravy.
when they listen to this.
Oh my god!
Other than that, the rest of my week without working, did a lot of vlogging. Got the
Oh,
new vlog,
baby.
went out, of course, after the podcast on Sunday. The new vlog will be coming out after actually it'll
Oh.
come out during the podcast today.
Oh wow! It's a scheduled upload.
Yeah, there probably is going to be one coming out on Tuesday as well because I filmed a lot of stuff. A lot of
Oh,
stuff happened this
baby.
week where I filmed it.
Any power washing?
Yeah, there will be power washing on the next one.
Man, crazy.
Because I went out yesterday to do some filming
Yes, you did.
of the power washing.
Mm-hmm.
I started moving all of my videos from one
Mhm.
channel to the next,
Mm-hmm.
and it turns out I don't have a lot of the source files for the stuff that I recorded when I was that I edited while I was on the road.
That's weird.
I'm like, where the heck is all this stuff? I'm pretty sure I backed it up all of this hard drive, but it's not there.
Huh?
So I had to download a couple of the videos from YouTube to transfer them over with the
sad.
thumbnams. Yeah.
That's too
So
bad.
they're not. I don't think they're full on 4K.
No,
No,
I don't think so.
So yeah, moved. I got most of the main ones over there. They're just scheduled to come out a couple every day, and yeah, a couple of lost ones. Wednesday night did a little games night.
Oh yeah.
Had some people over to play some board games.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I messaged you and you
Yeah.
didn't respond to me till like a little ways
I was
after.
just like, tonight.
I hadn't picked my phone up after that.
Yeah.
because I was too busy filming and
Yeah, it was
playing
like, do you
games
want
at the
to
same
play
time.
board games? Having people over. And then I saw the message later and I was like, does he mean right now? It's like, I'm at home now. Like, it's a little late for me to come over there now.
Yeah. And then actually last night, our mutual friend Miles invited me to play
Oh,
the latest
wow.
version of Oligopoly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I
Crazy.
was like, damn it, I'm busy.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. I need
That's
to.
his board game.
Yeah, the one that he's created.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's going to get that published anytime
I'm sure
soon.
he would like to try too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of intricate pieces in there, which is kind of nice.
He is a board game guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a good. I'm gonna totally diss him right now. He's a good guy, but playing board games with him, not the funnest time I've ever had.
No.
Because he's the type of guy will be like, okay, we're gonna play this game. No one's played it before. Here's the rules. So we learn the rules, and then it's like last turn, he'd be like, oh, I forgot about this rule, but I win. It was unintentional, but it was just like, okay, I didn't even know you could do that. So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah. Also did a lot of 3D printing. Not a lot, but, some 3D
Oh.
printing. I got my new filament in.
Oh,
Got it on the board, but this filament shrinks. It dries really quickly,
Oh,
and
yeah.
when it dries quickly, it shrinks on the bed, so it didn't stay stuck to like the printing bed
oh,
because it's not hot enough down in the
Oh, yeah.
basement here to keep it stuck.
oh,
So
yeah.
I had it shrinking on a couple of corners, which made it like bow up in the corner. I mean, the print turned out okay. It's usable for what it is because it's
Mhm.
just like a pen holder for the Gridfinity system.
Yeah.
Which, if you've watched the vlogs, you know what that is. And I unboxed the printer, filmed it all, and started editing it, editing the unboxing video and me putting it together and stuff. But the audio is garbage. It
Why?
it starts randomly distorting, and I'm like, why is it randomly distorting?
What
Like,
mic
the
were you
hell?
using?
I was using the Rode wireless
Oh, yeah.
Go-2s, and I'm like, why is it distorting?
Yeah.
And
Like
so-
distorting how?
it would just like start distorting and then be distorted and then not distorted. It was like a slow build, like someone was turning the distortion dial up
Oh, crazy.
and then back down again. I'm like, why is it doing this?
Huh.
And then I was editing the video again, another video,
Mhm.
and I noticed that I have the microphone like right up against my neck here,
Mhm.
and so when I tilt my head and my flesh covers the microphone hole, it distorts.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say you should have the little muffler on there. So I think that'll prevent it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
The other thing too, I saw in your thing, I was like, why is Mikey's face blue? Like, what is going on? I couldn't figure it out, and I was like, oh, he's using the wireless mic, and the blue power light is shining on his face.
I didn't even notice
I
that.
totally noticed it because I was like, why is his face blue here? This is so
weird.
weird. And then I was like, oh, he's using the Rode, and he doesn't have the little muffler on it.
Yeah, I took the muffler off because I didn't want to have it like super visible, but I guess it is super visible with the blue light.
Yeah, I totally noticed that because I was like, why is his face blue? So yeah, you should slap the muffler back on there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did a lot of filming with my phone,
Mhm.
but for some reason I don't know if I talked about it last podcast, but the HEVC
Oh, yeah.
encode codec thing
Doesn't
plugin
really
wouldn't work.
Yeah,
And I couldn't use it wouldn't recognize my videos from my phone.
yeah.
And so when I loaded them into DaVinci's Resolve,
Mhm.
it recognized them, but man, it was like 240p. It was just garbage videos. I'm like,
Oh, weird.
well, I did all this filming and I'm going to include it in this vlog, but yeah, it does not look good whatsoever.
You just have to record your own voiceover. Just get out the parts of you when it shows your face talking and just show the above camera.
Oh
And
yeah,
you have
with
to
the
re-record
Oh,
like
yeah.
just your own audio.
yeah, I started doing that.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
And then line it all up. Yeah, that's gonna take some time. I was gonna have that scheduled to come out today, or no, yesterday, but I'm like, oh my god, I got to re-record so much audio for this.
Yeah. That sucks, but oh well.
Yeah, and I'm kind of still thinking about what days I'm gonna stream and if I'm gonna be able to stream because editing takes up so much time.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find an editor for sure. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any other YouTube video other than the vlogging at this moment, just because it just takes so much time.
Mm-hmm.
You got to like do the vlog. You got to like do the activities that you're doing,
Yes.
and then think of the way to film it all, get all that footage together. It's kind of working out right now with that because I'm editing every day.
Mm-hmm.
All the footage, I just get it off, edit it, and then it's done. And then I don't have like this big backlog of editing that needs to happen
Yeah.
with the vlog.
Mm-hmm.
which is working out, and Trello is definitely helping out with that, which is the management software that I'm using.
I got to figure out how to actually use that Trello.
Yeah, it works very well. I've created a Purple Room Studios one so that we can have kind of like a global one, and I can invite you to the board.
Maybe do that so I can actually look and see how you're using it.
Yeah,
because when I was looking at it, I just was like, why don't I just write this on a calendar? Like, what's the point of this? So I'll have to check it out, what you've done, and then maybe I'll have an idea.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Other than that, didn't really play any video games.
No gaming?
There's one VR game that I started playing. Oh, what the hell is it called? I can't remember what the heck it is called.
What's it about?
It is a on-rails shooter.
Oh, Galgun.
No.
Oh. Oh.
Though that is an on-rails shooter.
Yeah.
No, it's called Pistol Whip.
Pistol Whip.
Yeah, Pistol Whip.
Is it like super hot?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of. It's on rails, but it's to a beat. So like you have to shoot to the music, reload to the music, and everything happens to the music. All the bad guys pop out to the music.
Yeah.
It's fairly fun. The graphics are really like they're very much in the vein of
Super hot,
where they're very minimal. There's lots of colors though going around, lots of glitching, but they're very minimal. And there's a bunch of different storylines you can play through. So the first one is you wake up on a planet and you get turned into like a robot, and you have to fight your way out of there to like some crazy electro techno beats.
Interesting.
It's fairly fun. The on rails part is very comfortable, which is surprising because when you're moving without moving, it can be very uncomfortable. But with this, it's fairly comfortable. My only gripe is that you only have one gun.
Okay. You can't dual wield?
You can't dual wield. So actually, when I was playing the first time, because when you're in the menu, you can, whenever you shoot whichever gun, that's the gun hand it goes to.
Oh, yeah.
And so I was selecting stuff with the left hand. And so when I played that whole
storyline,
I had to shoot with my left hand. I was like, what the heck?
Sucks.
How do I switch?
Yeah.
And there's no way to switch it in the options. Like, wow.
Big mistake.
Yeah. And then the second one that I played is like a Wild West one.
A Wild West.
And you have the cool part was going on this train, and you have to go from the back of the train to the front of the train. But then you like go through all the cars, and suddenly there's like dudes on horses riding past, and you blast them with your shotgun. It's pretty fun. I
don't know why, but when you talk about, as soon as you start talking about riding from the back of a train to the front, it made me think of that crazy 4-player game we played that's in Japan.
Oh, Nippon Marathon?
Nippon Marathon. Yeah, because there's a level where you're on the train, the like bullet train.
Yeah.
As soon as you said that, I was just like, Nippon Marathon. I don't know why. Cool.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I played other than Barrow Trauma.
The only game I really played a bit this week was Satisfactory. I don't know, I just sort of like randomly restart playing that occasionally. Yeah. I don't know why exactly it was, but it's in the new update 7 or whatever, and I was like, let me mess around with this. And I just got up to coal power last night and, just messing about. But as I was playing it, I was watching a YouTube video, and I learned a new thing that I never knew before, where whenever there'd be like a tall thing, like with one of those stupid orbs that would talk to you, you'd build like ramps up to the top. But there's this guy playing, and he's like, oh yeah, I was trying to collect wood, and I found that you can just climb this, and there was like these wooden things on the side of the cliff face, like vines and shit, and he just climbed up the wood. And I was like, wow, I didn't even know you could do that.
I know, I was building like
it's not on every place or whatever, but I was like, oh, that makes it a lot easier if you pay attention to that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. The new blueprint system is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You messed around with blueprints at all?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you build the big blueprint grid. It's like a big building, and then you lay down your whatever, and you save it as a blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you put down, what I did is I put down a splitter and put in the belts going into 2 smelters, and then them joining together in another merger at the other end, and you just save it as like, ore whatever 60.
Yeah.
And then when you find a thing that's getting 60 ore, you just pull out the blueprint, be like, put it down, and it just builds the whole thing. It's all ready to go. It's like, damn, that is slick.
Oh yeah, they've had that in other factory games like Factorio, but it's definitely needed in Satisfactory.
Yeah, they keep updating it to make it better. So
Yeah.
pretty good. I'll probably play some more. And other than that, the only thing I did, well, last night was movie night. Me and one in the mosh did the movie night.
Yep.
And we watched 2 crazy movies called The Greasy Strangler and The Gorgor Girls.
I popped in for The Greasy Strangler.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch any of The Greasy Strangler?
I didn't watch any of The Greasy Strangler because I was in the midst of formatting my PC. So
okay.
I was just like popping in and out.
That movie's just insane.
Yeah.
It's so good, but so weird at the same time. I've been wanting to see that movie for like 6 years since I saw the trailer. And like the guy's a strangler. He's the Greasy Strangler. He likes really things to eat that are greasy. So he'll be like, there's not enough oil on my food. And it'll be just like, oh, just so disgusting. It's really disgusting actually. And the characters are all fucked up and everything is fucked up about it. But it was so good. It's well directed and everything. And the cinematography is good. And like the lighting and the soundtrack and everything is good about it. It's just so weird. But it was so funny. I was cracking up so much. Like some of the lines and stuff. Oh my God. So good. So good. And then the other one called The Gorgor Rules was like from 1974 or 72. And it's this ridiculous slasher movie where someone is killing strippers. And like it has these crazy like early special effects where he'll be like, or the killer is like killing and like stabbing the woman in the face, but it's clearly like a latex mannequin face.
Yeah.
And then like pulling out an eyeball and like popping the eyeball and like just like there's strawberry preserves all over the place. And like the story was so stupid and the characters were so stupid and the acting was bad and the sound was bad and the soundtrack was bad, but it was still good anyways.
Yeah.
Like it was so stupid, poorly written, poorly directed, like just the whole thing like was just a mess, but it was good anyways. I enjoyed it.
That's great.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it. And the ending had one of the stupidest endings of all time, where the woman fell out of a window and then a car drove her over her head, and that was the end of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. 10 out of 10 though. So, yeah. Other than that, I didn't really watch anything else. I tried to watch Megan, this horror movie that's out about a robotic girl.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw a trailer for that.
I really want to watch it, but like on my totally legal streaming site I like to use, it's not available yet. Oh no, it was available, but it was like a really low quality version that I didn't want to watch. I don't know why it was a low quality version. And that now there's a better quality version, but it's also like it was recorded off screen. So I'm trying to wait till it's like a little nicer before I legally watch it. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Gotcha,
Say no more.
Say no more. Say no more.
But yeah, I really want to watch that one.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing I watch besides
Willow. Let's go ahead and talk about Willow. This is the last episode of the season.
Maybe the series.
I mean, they set it up for season 2, but
they always do.
But who knows?
Depends how well it does, I guess.
Yes. So Kit and Elora jump off the waterfall.
Yeah.
They're in Memorial City.
So I like how her fall from the top of the waterfall like washed your hair clean of her yellow or her blonde hair dye. She's not blonde anymore in this episode.
No, I mean, she wasn't blonde in the previous episode either.
Oh, wasn't she?
The more magic she did, the more of a redhead she became.
Well, I think it was more like the further away she got from the city, like she was fed some sort. She said she was getting fed something to change her hair color or something like that, I think, in an early episode. Or that she dyed her hair all the time. I can't remember. There was some reason why her hair was blonde. But now she's like a redhead, and she looks totally different.
Oh, yeah, 100% different.
I was like, she barely looks like her anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah, they're at the Memorial City, and they meet Eric, and them are having a parlay.
Yeah, and Eric, of course, has drank the juice and become...
Ugh, so gross. That was way too creamy.
Orange creamsicle.
Yeah, it was gross looking.
And so he's been corrupted by the crone and is now,
Bad Eric.
Bad Eric.
Barrick, I believe.
Barrick.
Yeah, and they're negotiating with him, and he's like, "I'll come with you. All you have to do is listen to the crone's offer, and then we'll totally leave. Like, if you don't want to do it, no problem." So they talk to the crone, who is like, she looks a lot like with dark hair. She looked like Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones to me, except she had dark hair. I don't know, just the eyebrows maybe or something.
I don't
Not
know.
quite
I
as
don't see it.
expressive, but anyways, she looked like it to me.
Yeah.
So the crone is not very cronish at the start.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And she eventually convinces them to step through the crevasse in the room where the goo is flowing out of.
Go like have the worm dream and go into the fakeness or whatever.
Yeah. And so inside it's all like super nice. Kit and Elora both go in at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's all super nice,
Reminded me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it reminded me a lot of when in True Blood Suki went into the fairy realm, where everything looks really nice on the surface, but then it's like, oh, actually, it's really bad here.
And yeah, inside is all their friends. All their friends are there. Sorsha's there. Kit talks to Sorsha, and they're like, "Oh my god, you don't have to grow up and be a princess. You can do whatever you want."
I know it was like fake and everything, and when they went through, like you'd think we went through. Maybe there's other magic going on. But they go through and they're not like, oh, this is fake. It's just like, oh, Sorsha's here. My mom. I want to talk to my mom. It's like, wouldn't you be like, hey, this isn't real? Or like when Elora starts to talk to Eric, it's like, you didn't follow us in here. Like, this can't be real. But they kind of go along with it anyways.
Yeah. And so it's like this whole gathering is Eric and
Elora's wedding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so they get married and stuff, and they're going up to the altar, and they're like, you gotta drink the juice.
Yeah. While this is going on, all the other crew has come to the Immemorial City. They yeeted themselves off the waterfall, minus Willow. And they're like trying to sneak their way into the Immemorial City. And of course, like, they really love to write for Borman, man.
Well, yeah.
He always gets the highlights whenever he's on screen. So he's like, we got to sneak in. So for whatever reason, he's like, what did he say? We'll go in disguise. And he like rubbed dirt on his face or something like that. Anyways, they're doing like their whole jokes and japes getting there. But, Graydon is trying to open the door with his magic, and they can't get the door open in time. So the little evil wind blows over them and turns them into stone statues.
Yeah, they all get
basically
turned to stone. Yeah. From the storm that was approaching.
So they're right outside the door while they're inside the goo realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the wedding is happening.
Yeah.
They go up to the altar. Elora's all blonde hair again in the dream here. And they're like, the crone is officiating the wedding.
Yeah, and the whole thing is like, oh, all you have to do is like accept the worm, and we can change it and go back in time till nobody died because of you or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, will she or won't she? And then she's just like, yeah, I'm kind of over you.
Yeah, I'm not even.
You're kind of acting creepy here now. I don't want to marry you. She's like, I'm not acting creepy. She's like, you're kind of acting creepy. So then, things are not going well. And then all of a sudden, Willow shows up somehow inside the dream.
Yeah, Willow just shows up inside the dream and just unleashes hot
How
magic.
did he get in the building?
Yeah, he just yeeted himself off.
But the door was closed.
Did better magic than the rest of the people.
Okay. Don't think about it too much is what you're telling me?
Don't think about it too much. You got to suspend your disbelief a little bit harder than you're currently doing.
So, yeah, Willow breaks the illusion, breaks them out of there. Everyone gets saved from their stone bodies, because even Kit was turned into stone because she, like, rejected the offer, basically.
Yeah.
And then it's like battle time. Everybody's got to fight. Everyone's got someone to fight.
Yep. Because all the other Cenobites, quote unquote,
show
up as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good name for them.
And we see Elora and the crone doing battle, but like the crone's way too powerful, and then Gray hops in with a giant spell.
Yeah, all of a sudden he's a super wizard.
All of a sudden he's a super
sorcerer,
wizard. Yeah.
I guess. The crone is very cronish now.
Yeah,
she lives up to her name.
Oh yeah, she turns into her crony apparition.
So the one thing I forgot to say is in the fake like dream realm, there was like Mad Mardigan was talking to Kit, and it kind of sounded like Val Kilmer. Like they had a fairly good sound alike, but it was not like that good. Yeah. Because part of the time I'm like, oh, this sounds really like Val Kilmer. And then it would be like, no, it's not that good. And then it'd be like, oh, yeah, that part sounded like Val Kilmer. And then it was like not good again. I was really hoping for a CGI Val Kilmer, but I should have known better. Like This show doesn't have the budget. For
No. They
kind
blew
of
all
shit.
their budget on nebulas
And the crone.
the crone.
The crone looked really good.
She was
thought
very juicy too.
super juicy. But Graydon does his spell, almost gets to the crone,
Yeah.
but the crone outpowers him,
Yeah.
and then it looks like the crone disintegrates him.
Yeah. Blasts him into the worm realm.
Yeah,
And disintegrates him.
and then Alora's like, she's like all jacked up on whatever now.
Yeah,
she kind of
and
got
the crone
over it pretty
breaks-
quick though.
The crone breaks what's her
the
face's
twig.
wand. Yeah, the twig wand.
So all of a sudden now Alora can just cast a spell without a wand. Is that what's going on?
'Cause she's the savior, you know?
Yeah, but that's nothing ever that's been happened before for them.
No, definitely not. But yeah, she just casts magic.
And she
green
doesn't need to
lightning out of
say
her
anything.
hands.
Like everything else, they have to be like hullabaloo, skimming-a-doo.
Bippity boppity boo.
They have to say some words to cast a spell, but now she's just like airbending.
Lightning bending.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
So
She's all powerful.
Yeah, exactly. So they have a battle, and she uses the power of, I don't know, she didn't really seem too upset about Graydon. Like,
Oh, she was pretty upset.
She was upset right then, but then like 5 seconds later, she's kind of like over it almost.
No, she's just got to focus up and kill the crone
guess
with her
so.
magic power. She's very angry. She's
While-
very angry, that's for
While
sure.
this is going on, Borman's finally like, you got to wear this armor. This is for you, obviously.
Yeah, for Kit.
So he gives her what is it even called? I don't
The
even remember.
Chimerian cuirass.
Yeah. And she puts on her Iron Man armor.
Yeah, she puts it on. She puts in the key thing. I can't remember the hell that thing is called. And
Yeah.
it just works.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just goes full like
Iron Man.
nanobot Iron Man armor.
Yeah, it just snaps all around her and
Yeah.
stuff. It was even like has the glowing chest part. I was like, all right, they really liked Iron Man. Anyways, she's like, got the armor on so she can fight Eric.
Yeah, and it's like full body armor, like a bodysuit.
Yeah.
All
So
the way down.
she has an epic
It's
battle.
Pretty cool armor.
She has an epic battle with Eric.
Yeah. And Eric, meanwhile, has gone like full demonic.
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm your king or whatever.
Yeah.
I forgot one other thing too I want to say. Right before they yeeted themselves off the waterfall, Borman... No, wait, was it before or after that part? No, I think it was when Borman gave the chess piece to
Kit?
and he's like, you know what? I figured it out. This is not my story. I'm like here to help you. So here, this is for you. Put this on. And then...
yeah, that was funny because that was a little fourth wall breaking.
Well, I don't really think it was fourth wall breaking. I think it was more like he's like, I'm not the hero.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here to help the hero. And then he's like, I'll go hold them off. You go fight. And he closes the door and, like,
Yeah.
is going to fight the Cenobites outside or whatever. So, anyways, Kid and Eric have a fight. She eventually overpowers him. And, he knocks him out. And Willow breaks his staff and is like, give him the crystal. Like, here, take the crystal, talk to him, call him back from the darkness. And they have, like, a little heartwarming moment where they talk to Eric, I know you're in there. I know it's scary and you're alone, but come back to me. I need you. You're my brother. And he comes back and everyone's happy. And, they're like, we're out of here. We've done it. Poor Graydon, but we'll see you later. It's time to go. And then Alora's kind of like, oh, I saw the worm. The worm's just waiting back there. He's not done with us yet. And Willow's like, they imply like, oh, the next season is going to be something or whatever. The other thing too is right afterwards when they're all reuniting and Borman comes barging in, like after, he defended everybody outside. He just comes through the door and resheaths his sword because it's like extendable sword or whatever.
Yeah.
He resheaths his sword. He just walks in. He's like, I want my mom.
Yeah. And then after all that, Graydon wakes up
he's in
in a fever dream.
Is it a fever dream?
Yeah, he's getting manipulated by...
I guess it's the dream, but it's a dream world, but like nightmare world kind of.
Yeah, so he wakes up in kind of the same vision that Willow was having at the start of the series, where he wakes up on a battlefield and
No,
Laura's
Alora
the only
was
one
having
standing.
that, wasn't it?
No, Willow was.
It was Willow?
And
Okay.
Laura started having that
Okay.
too. And Graydon wakes up in that
Mhm.
in that vision, and Alora's standing there, and she's like, "I need your help, Graydon. I need you to stand by my side
Yeah,
and
I
lead
want
the
you to
hordes."
lead the horde. She had a haircut too,
Yes.
because that's how you know she's evil.
Yeah.
Alora.
When you have short hair, it means you're evil.
Exactly. And then the other ones are walk off in the sunset, going back home.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
pretty much where it ends.
Yeah. What an awfully anticlimactic ending.
It was. Yeah, I mean, what else could they do? Really?
They just kind of blasted through it. Like
Well, they
the
had
fight
to.
scene wasn't very.
I enjoyed the fight with
it was
the
okay.
crone, the Eric and Kit fight. Whatever.
They had some really good cinematic shots in the fight, and some really good like Marvel-esque shots as well.
That just means they were quick cuts. That you couldn't see what was going on.
It was the slow-mo shots
Yeah, I guess so.
that they did.
I don't know. As I watched Eric and Kit fight, I was like, I can tell that those are two stunt doubles fighting. So that kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this episode was better than
A few of them.
Yeah,
You
like the whole. I guess I don't know. Like there was a lot of stuff they did where it was like they could have fleshed out other parts to make the story better than doing things that they did.
Yeah.
Like the whole part with the two women in the woods.
Yeah.
Like what was the point of that?
I don't know.
Like they could have done something else to extend it. Like it was an interesting. I don't know.
It was like they were trying to do stuff where episodes were canned, but
yeah,
still
totally.
having the overarching story arc.
It totally was that way. It was like a
But
video
it
game.
just didn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think.
it ended up being. I mean, overall, I'm okay with that. I watched it. I wasn't just like at the end, like, oh fuck, I wasted all this time watching it. But it wasn't like my favorite thing we've watched for sure.
Not by far. This was I'm probably gonna watch season 2. It wasn't this wasn't mind-blowing in any way. A lot of some of the cinematography on it was really good.
Yeah.
Some of the effects were really good. I enjoyed the episode I think I enjoyed the most was the Salt Flat traveling episode, where we actually learn about people, we get some backstory, we get to see them grow and evolve.
That's right. In that episode too, the that guy we forgot to mention, the guy that had like the vehicle or whatever they stole, I don't even know what those things were called. That guy was on Game of Thrones.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember who he played, but he was on Game of Thrones. Anyways.
Yeah, I think that episode had proper storytelling, lots of character growth. We could learn backstory, characters grew. It was probably the best episode.
They just don't, they don't really know what they're trying to do in the show.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's just like, well, we'll have them talk like they're modern day teenagers, but also like not sometimes.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm okay with that as long as they don't take it too far. Like especially when the crone first shows up and she just like rips Eric a new one for just saying words because he's been, unfed, dehydrated, just in the desert for 300 years. Like what?
Yeah.
He's going to say some silly stuff.
And it goes from like the sort of whimsical to like sort of campy serious all the time, where it's like when they're first talking to Eric and they're turning like Kid will be talking to him and then like switch so they're back to back so Laura can talk to them, and then she'll be like, do you want to take it now? And then they'll switch spots again. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like just silly. And then it'll be like all like sappy, dramatic the next second. And it's just like, So I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a show. It's like Riverdale.
Yeah.
It's like a show for teenagers.
Yeah.
So I can't really complain too much because it's not really for me.
Yeah. I really think they could have done the Kit and,
Eric?
Not Eric.
Alora?
No.
The Crone.
No.
Willow. Borman.
No.
Sorsha.
No.
Mad Mardigan.
No.
Who else?
Kit
Graydon?
and
Graydon?
No. The one character you haven't mentioned yet.
What other
God, I can't
character?
remember what her name is. Kit's love interest.
Kit's love interest?
Yeah.
Oh, Jade. I
Jade,
totally forgot
right,
about Jade.
They could have done a lot more with that love story.
That could have been
way
very
better.
telling about this episode that Jade had nothing to do.
Yeah. Zero
because
things.
I didn't even think of her.
Yeah.
As the show, now I think back, it's like, okay, she did have stuff to do, but she didn't really have anything to do.
No.
In the episode.
No. She was just kind of there as a love interest and to play lines off of.
Yeah.
Like almost throughout the whole thing. Like they could have had that of such better love story. Like
I mean, again, from the first episode, it's like, okay, obviously Kit's way into Jade because she gives her a full-on kiss on the mouth.
Yeah.
And then it's later like, oh, well, I can tell that you love her. And what? No, she's my good friend. And then by the end, it's like, yes, I do love you. And it's like, well, we kind of knew that from episode 1.
Yeah.
Like,
they could have done that a whole lot better.
It was very weird.
Like
Jade's main thing in this one was in the dream. Like Sorsha was talking about, like, oh, you can be with anyone that you want. You can love anyone who you want. And they show her like Jade in the distance, like looking over her shoulder, giving her a smile, and Kit gets a little smile on her face. Yeah. There was not much going on with Jade.
Yeah. Not especially in this episode.
Yeah, and there wasn't even like, you'd think there'd been a point. Was there a point where like she was in dire straits and Eric was gonna strike her down, and then Kit came through and blocked the attack with her sword.
Yeah,
but that was it, really. So yeah, wow, okay, totally.
Yeah, the blossoming love story with Gray and Elora, that was okay. I think they could have done a little bit more with that, but awkward teenage romance at the start.
I didn't realize that Graydon was in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he was Flash Gordon.
Flash Thompson, yeah.
Flash Thompson, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just overall very weird.
I ended up really liking Gray's character by the end of the series.
It's just like an awkward dork, basically. So he has like funny lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think like if they was like, there's no Willow show, but like we're gonna do like the Borman show, I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm ready for the Borman show.
Yeah, Borman definitely added what was needed in that show to make it palatable.
He was just like, he was like, I don't know, the like very charismatic like side character. He was like I don't know, dude. He just. Yeah, he had like the highlights for the show, basically.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, whoever wrote Borman,
yes, it worked out pretty good.
Clap for you, for sure.
So, yeah, I would recommend Willow, but I'd watch another season.
Yeah.
I think everything we've watched, I'd pretty much be okay with watching a second season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely way better than The Witcher.
Throw a coin to your Witcher. Yeah, I couldn't even finish watching The Witcher. I mean, there was like, The Witcher is also a very different, like, it's like a mature show, and it's like,
it is a mature show, but
she's all naked. That's pretty cool.
It is a mature show, but still, Willow's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Witcher was definitely more of like the canned story that you're talking about. I feel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
At least what I watched, it was like, okay, what bad guy is the Witcher fighting this episode?
There's way too much jumping through time in The Witcher without you knowing it.
Oh yeah, I gave up pretty quickly on it. So
yeah. Willow, if if you're 12, go ahead, watch it. If you're 12 and listening to this, though, you should probably not be.
I mean, it's not that bad. What, Willow? You mean for a 12-year-old?
No, for a 12-year-old, yeah. But
if you mean you're older,
listening to this podcast, you're probably
Go study
or something.
So now that we're done Willow, are we going to move on to the Last of Us show?
Yeah, it's going to come out episodically
tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, starts tonight.
I'll have to see if I can watch it on my what was that?
Crave,
yeah, because I have Crave.
Crave in Canada.
So I should be able to watch it.
Yeah.
Though
I think that's what we're going to do for the next one. So if you want to watch along, start watching The Last of Us.
Sounds good.
Should be good. Pedro Pascal.
Oh man, I love Pedro Pascal.
I just saw a clip of him. It was on like I don't know, Variety or Vanity Fair's YouTube channel where they do lie detector tests with actors. And he's hooked up to the lie detector, and they're like, the question they asked him is like, do you ever go on to Instagram accounts dedicated to you being a hunk to make yourself feel better when you're feeling down? And just started laughing like uncontrollably. He's like, yes. So
it's so funny because the only thing I really know him from is Mando.
Oh yeah.
And so watching him like be jovial and laughing is kind of odd.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think he's gonna be jovial too much in the Last of Us. So.
Probably not.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Game Club.
Oh yes.
Each week we play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval of a video game, and then we talk about it. Yes. And of course, right now we are playing Plague Tale Requiem.
Requiem? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, I have decreed that is.
Wow. Okay.
We are currently on chapter 11.
Yes, we are.
And it is called The Cradle of Centuries.
Yes, it is. This chapter, no fighting.
Yeah, zero fighting. It's all puzzles and rats.
You can barely call them puzzles.
Yeah.
They're just annoying, basically. I did learn something in this chapter by accident about how the game plays. So that was kind of interesting. And it's kind of like, oh, could I have used this before and maybe solve some of my complaints? So I won't say what I was discovered till we get later, but as I did it, I was like, wow, I wonder if this would have made the earlier chapters a lot more palatable. So when we get to the part I did it, I will tell you what I did.
All right, sounds good.
So
we had just come out of the fortress.
Yes.
And we're now back into the festival area,
where
which has been
dead.
completely taken over by rats. Yes.
How did these rats get here?
I don't know.
Is there an underground tunnel from the mainland to the island?
Probably. They just come underground.
Or the rats were just chilling. I guess there's probably... the
rats are just chilling.
Later we know.
We find out the rats are just chilling. Yeah,
they're here. They just were like, I don't know, waiting for something.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just rats everywhere, and we have to get our way through. And this involves a lot of like Sophia using her gem to make a light for us to walk through.
Yeah. So this first puzzle, you're by that one shed that you get to go into before, and there's a brazier burning on a cart.
Yeah.
And so you have to like shoot an arrow down to a thing, use Sophia to get down there, and then shoot a grappling hook back and pull the cart. Yeah. Because it's got a big block in front of
There's
it,
a
which
log in front
you
of
could
it,
definitely have lifted. But, for gameplay's sake, we won't worry about that.
Yeah.
And so that cart rolls down, and then I was assuming you have to push the cart.
Oh,
so I get on the cart, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, well, it's not moving. So I'm going to go ahead and see what else I can do. I'm like looking around, like, well, all the lights are very far away.
Yeah.
I can't seem to progress. What the hell?
Uh-huh.
Why can't I push this cart? And I'm like, oh, I can't push the cart because Sophia won't attach herself to the cart because I can't push the cart without Sophia.
She wouldn't grab it?
She wouldn't grab it.
Why not?
I don't know.
Just a glitch?
Just a glitch. So I grabbed it from another side, and she eventually got her way out from wherever she was stuck and grabbed it.
Oh, that's a pain.
Yeah. So throughout the entire chapter, Sophia was constantly getting stuck when I needed her to do shit.
Really?
Yes.
That must be a PC problem because
it could be.
She was not stuck for me on...
she just got stuck on everything.
On console.
I would be like, hey, can you do your gem thing over here? And she's like, no.
No.
Like the prompt wouldn't even come up.
Really?
So I would have to like do the gem thing on the light source that was right next to me and walk backwards to the next
I
light
did
source.
that a few times, and then I would switch to it when I got to the closer to the next one. But she never really gave me that much trouble, thankfully.
Oh God, what a pain.
Yeah.
There was a couple parts where I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, oh, Sophia's not doing what she needs to do, so I can't do it.
Again, there was a few things too they did in this that I didn't like, where I don't know, maybe you can get back in that shed where you're talking about what the card is, but like I don't know if you can. I don't think you can because like
I don't think you can either.
I died and I like restarted and I was like looking. I'm like, I don't see the ladder anymore, so I don't think you can. But like, why did they put the prompt for you to try the door?
Right?
Because that immediately gave me like, oh, I must be able to get back in here.
Yeah.
So then I did a whole thing where I tried to walk around to the back. There is a little treasure back there that you can get, but it was like, why would they do that? It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyways, this whole thing, you push the cart. You light a few fires, you use the gem, you get up into the map room, which is where we went to initially. And it's kind of like, oh, well, where do we have to go from here? It's like, well, let's just knock this fucking pillar over and see if it breaks the floor. And it does. And it was like, I think that if you would like walk heavy on that, it would have broken.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't that, wasn't that thick.
Yeah. Anyways, we descend down into like the bowels of this temple, basically.
Yeah, it's a huge temple. And there's apparently Greek fire, barrels of Greek fire just chilling.
So when she's like, oh, that's some Greek fire. And I was like, wait a minute, Greek fire? I was like, when did this game take place? Like, they don't know how to make Greek fire anymore. They don't even know what Greek fire is. So afterwards I Googled it, and it's like, okay, she might have known what Greek fire is, because it was only like maybe 200 to 300 years before that when they stopped. The record of Greek fire stopped of being used. So maybe she would have known about it. But like, I think she would have been like, holy fuck, Greek fire. Like, this is worth like a lot of money. We need to figure out how to do it. But
no, we're just going to go ahead and blow these barrels up.
So she puts it next to the door and we blast the way in.
She puts it, she goes, picks it up, this
Yeah,
huge
like
barrel of
1,000
Greek
pound of
fire,
Greek fire.
puts it next to the door, and she's like, there you go.
Yeah, just
Like,
blow it up.
Okay.
Yeah,
How did you do that?
She's fucking jacked, man.
How in the hell did you pick that? And it's a copper tank.
Yeah.
Like, it's made out of copper.
But it had like a wax lid on it or
Yeah,
something like that.
and
or
it's
a
just
wax
full of
paper
Greek
lid.
fire.
The other thing too is like I don't think Greek fire would. I think it would just burn. Like it's not explosive. It's like napalm basically.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. It's a video game. Like
it's a video game. It's a 20-gallon barrel of Greek fire in a copper enclosure. It's fine.
So we get to. I think the first thing we get to is a puzzle room where there's these locks on the door, where we have to move these big ass bolts.
Yeah, there's a bunch of little Greek fire puzzles.
I guess
and stuff.
Yeah, we get through like.
And then we get to like the rat infested.
Yeah, the room.
Big room where we have to like push a bunch of carts, get through.
So with that one, I went down off to the side and I found a little side room where there's like
a map,
designs and shit like
designs
that.
It had the designs for the castle in the first game where you had all those moving braziers to and that's where your home base is.
So and then I was like, how the fuck do I get out of here now? So then I like climbed up and died, and then it was like, oh, I have a quick save that is down here as well.
Yep.
So I was like, what the fuck do I have to do to get out of here? It thankfully didn't take long, and I was like, okay, if I fire an arrow up here, I can climb up a flaming arrow. But I was just like, oh my god, like what if I didn't have an arrow down here or something?
Yeah, you'd be screwed. If you didn't have an arrow or a pot, that's it. You're done.
So thankfully I got out of there.
You're restarting the entire level.
But that thing was just like move the little things around until you can blow up the barrel to blow up the blockage to get through.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy in there.
These braziers were on track, so you couldn't like push them wherever. It had to follow a track.
If it was like an actual puzzle, I mean whatever. But this was like just a time waster.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, you have to work your way through here. It was not challenging really.
No, it was have some additional gameplay.
Yeah, so I collected all the shit in there. And in this chapter, I finally got enough parts to fully upgrade the crossbow. So now I can retrieve my arrows.
Yep,
so
I got mine up there too.
I'm going to be murdering people. So then after there, we get to the room with the...
Yeah, and this room where you push the braziers is huge. Like, it's a giant cavern with like a
cool.
huge bridge. Yeah, it was a really cool set piece. And you get to the bridge and you go across, and this is where... the last battle that Ayla had to get to what's his face?
I thought for sure that what's her name was going to take her helmet.
Or armor or something.
Just the helmet was so like ornately designed. I was like, oh, obviously she's going to be wearing that. But no, she just left it behind. So
I can't remember what the guy's name is. The carrier, the first carrier.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But yeah, Ayla's there, his protector. And she was fighting her way to get to him because he had been locked up in this place.
And I think this is the big room with the door in it, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the big door with an intricate lock to never be able to get down there.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is going to be the puzzle where you have to pull the one crank and it moves the top and bottom. But then if you pull this other crank, it puts the top one back over and then the middle one retracts. You have to pull them in the right order till they're all gone. Yep. And I was like, oh, no, it's not.
It's way easier than that.
It's way easier than that. So, but I did it. And it's like, get Sophia to pull the crank. And you get Hugo to hold it lock it in place. Then get Sophia to pull the crank. And I'm like, I did it. And I'm like, what the fuck am I missing? Like, why can't I not get this to work? I don't understand. And they did a really bad job of showing you the view that the gate behind you opens up. So there's a side alcove you can go into to pull out a cart because I did it like 3 times. And then I was like, what am I missing? And I'm like, oh, it opened a side door for me. So then as soon as I found this cart, I was like, oh, you can shoot it's like one of those posts for doing the grappling hook conveniently.
Yeah.
And you can use it to grapple hook to the brake and have it pull the brake down or whatever.
Yeah.
But also when I'm doing it, the game glitched a bit. So I thought I was on the right path because I had Sophia do it and they lock it over here. Mm-hmm. Then I have Sophia pull it and then I pull the lever. And then I looked over and I told Sophia to cancel what she was doing and it stayed locked into place over there because Hugo's holding the brake.
Yeah.
So I let mine go and it didn't go back.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, I did it. And I ran over to the wheel and I was like, I can't do anything with this wheel. Like, what am I missing? So then I was like, okay, whatever. I went back and I pulled down the brake to lock it into place, and the pegs came back out to lock it into place. And then I let the thing go, and then the locks retracted. So I was like, oh, it was like a visual glitch. So I was like, thought I was on the right path because it didn't go back and like reset.
Yeah.
So I wasted more time because of that. This game is way glitchier than the first one.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was funny too. Like before I got to this room, I was like, you know what? I don't know, man. This game, they've taken out any element where you actually have to get Hugo to do anything at this time. And so, and then like, this was right before this room, and then I was like, oh.
A couple times. I remember sending Hugo through a crack in a wall to open a door.
Yeah, it's few and far between your interactions like that with Hugo.
Is it better or worse than in the first one where it's like, Hugo, hit the brake on that, like the friggin' water wheel, and he pulls the brake and he somehow can stop like this crazy water wheel and stuff.
That was a little far-fetched, but still, the amount of times that you're using Hugo as your companion here, rather than just a guy who's your brother who's holding your hand.
I think maybe that's a choice they made intentionally, because it's every time it's just like, Hugo's like, everyone dies because of me. I'm useless. I'm a piece of shit. And I'm like, yeah, you are a piece of shit. So maybe it's intentional to be like, yeah, he is useless and he's just causing trouble for basically no reason. Because at this point, Amicia may as well be carrying around a huge piece of uranium.
Kinda, eh?
So anyways, we get through there, and then we get into, like, how long do you think it took him to build this temple? Like 1,000 years?
1,000 years for sure.
Like, then there's a giant pit with stairs and doors, side doors and shit.
No, this is the giant pit with the bridge.
Oh, the bridge, yes. So this is where I discovered something that I didn't remember or know about, where it was like, oh, this probably would have helped me earlier in the game. Because you get to a point where you have to get through the rats to get a stick.
Yeah.
So this whole thing is you pull the crank, or you hit a crank, a bridge comes up.
Most of a bridge comes up.
And there's a few pieces that are stuck down. So we have to figure out how to get the rest of the pieces up so Hugo and Sophia can cross. And we have to fall down into the rats to look around. So we get down there and you break a chain, and then the bridge piece goes up, and you have to get your way through to the next chain piece. And there's like, you can see there's a brazier you can light. You light that, you drop down. And I thought the stack of sticks was just hay. So at first I was like, oh, let me hit it with the...
Yeah, I thought it was hay as well.
The ignifier. It'll light on fire or whatever. So I'm like, okay, that didn't work. So then I'm like, well, what do I do next? So I'm like, okay, I'll draw the rats away so I can get a stick. So I use the Noxium or whatever, and I do it. And some of the rats go, but they don't all go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, maybe if I do it in a different spot. And then some of the rats go, but they don't all go. And I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? So then I'm like, okay, let me see. I'll throw a pot. And it burns all the rats. They get scared away. But then when the fire starts to go out, you don't have enough time to get through. So I died. And then I'm like, well, let me shoot a crossbow bolt over there. So I shoot a crossbow bolt. And then it's like, well, they're kind of not... The rats are kind of away from where I need to go. And it's like, well, let me have to use the Noxium to draw the rest away. And then some of the rats go... So I died like 4 times here. I'm like, fuck, what am I doing wrong here? I'm trying Noxium bolts and like all sorts of shit. And then I was getting frustrated. So it'd be like, okay, I'd light the brazier on fire, and then I'd jump down, and then I'd like shoot a crossbow bolt over, and then I would like try to switch over to Noxium, and I accidentally switched to the tar, and I threw the tar at the arrow, and it just like went and made this giant light and scared all the rats away. And I was like, is that what I was supposed to do?
That would have made things easier.
Yeah. And then it cleared a path. You ran over, you grab the stick, and you come back. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I wish I would have remembered that tar would like make a fire go uncontrollable.
I didn't have that. I didn't have a problem there.
So how did you get through?
I can't remember how I did it, but I did shoot the arrow over there, and I think I just I don't know what I think I used a pot to go and grab the other sticks.
Yeah, so that was the other thing too, is like one of the times I finally got through, I grabbed the stick, but then when I went over to the fire, I hadn't lit the fire on. I hadn't lit it remotely.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm almost made it to the brazier, and then I fucking it went out and I died.
Oh.
So then I was getting really frustrated, and that's when I accidentally threw the tar at the thing, and it was just like, wow, this is a game changer. So then on the way to the end where you have to push the cart, and you can see treasures off to the side, it was just like, use a tar on the thing I'm pushing. The light's so huge, just walk over, get the treasure, come back to the cart, push it along, walk over, get the treasure.
Yeah,
So then I was like,
that treasure.
So then I was like, is that what I could have done earlier in the game where I was setting guys on fire? Could I have hit them with tar afterwards and then they would have just burnt to death? Because I hit them with tar first.
No, that won't work.
Okay.
I don't think that'll work because I've done it before and it doesn't work. And there's a skill you unlock that'll makes it so if you throw a tar and no, you can make a pot that explodes and kills guys.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I got all the treasure in there because I was like, I would just kept lighting the brazier with the tar, and it was just like a super blinding light. And Amicia is just like, oh my god, like blocking her hands. But if you told her to push the cart, she just would be like, no problem, and push it, even though it was like exploding in her face.
Yeah, so now we're in the tower that just goes down, and it's just full on rat nest.
Yeah,
and when you get down to the bottom, you find Basilius. His body has been completely rat nested, and he's just hanging from 2 pillars and chains. It's a really cool set piece.
It's a cool set piece.
Very Geiger-esque.
As we were coming down, and Hugo's like, I don't want to go. And then you have to carry Hugo. I could see like through the cracks of the wall. I'm like, what's that throbbing down there?
There's a lot of throbbing.
It's like, this isn't good. So there's like rat boils that are throbbing with rats swimming in goo or something like that. I don't even know.
When we get down to the bottom and Basilius is there, I'm pretty sure we discovered that this is the birthplace of the rats. This is where they're coming from. This is like the whole the crux of the.
I don't know. When we found all the designs and stuff earlier, they were like talking about how there was like different ones in like Asia and Africa and shit like that. So I'm wondering if there's just a bunch of different ones. Like if we would have found a way down deeper under the castle in France, like would there have been like a rat
breeding ground?
Yeah.
This is probably, there might have been, but this is probably the original because Basilius is the first.
Yeah.
The first carrier. And so I think they couldn't control him, so they locked him up, and this is where it happened.
Yeah. The door was to keep the rats in, not the rats out.
Yeah.
But obviously it doesn't matter about the door because the rats just destroy the temple.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
They could have got out at any time. So we have to do a Crash Bandicoot run up to get out.
When I walk around, I press forward on the left stick, and I look around to move my character with the right. So I adjust the camera, and then the character follows, right? Whereas... Generally. Yeah, generally. But here, you can't do that. So the first half of the run, you can do it. The second half of the
run, you're running towards the camera?
Not when you're going through the camera, when you're running away. So when you're running up the stairs, you have camera control. And then all of a sudden it takes it away from you without any cutscene or anything. It just takes it away from you.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you have to move left and right with the left stick. And I was like, why am I keep running into walls? Why won't the camera move? I'm like, what the frig is going on?
Oh, yeah.
And so I died at every checkpoint. Every little checkpoint bit in this run just because of that. Because it kept like doing it back and forth. Be like, camera control, no camera control, camera control, no camera control.
I did die a couple times just because I got too close to the rats as they came out of the ground.
Yeah.
But I didn't have that problem anyways. So I don't know. I wasn't trying to, at least when you were running towards the camera, I definitely wasn't trying to control the camera because obviously
you can't.
That was a fixed view.
Yeah.
But and I think any of those chase scenes, they're a fixed view, so I don't think you control the camera in any of them.
Not some of them. This one you could, like at the start and halfway.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
No, I don't think any of them else are.
Yeah,
but I didn't think that this was going to be a chase scene at the start.
When they were like start running up the hill.
I was like, all right, well, let's just get out of here. But nope, chasing.
Okay,
for sure.
Yeah. So then we get out. The temple's destroyed, and Sophia's like, yeah, we got a boat to get to. Let's get out of here. And that's the end of the chapter.
Yep.
No killing in this one. It was fine as a chapter. It was whatever.
This whole game is turning into it's just okay.
Yeah, the first one was way better.
Yes.
This one probably looks better graphically. But I don't know, like walking around the village and everything was nice in springtime and everything.
No, it looks great.
Looked really nice.
Yeah, the set pieces are really nice in this one.
I don't know. The story,
Like, I don't know.
Let's just throw Hugo into the ocean.
It's just kind of a story. Like, there's no big bad guy. There's
that we know of yet, anyways.
Yeah, that we know of yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're in chapter 12
Well,
next.
I mean,
and there's only 16 chapters.
Isn't the bad guy going to be, what's his name, that we fucking sold out after he took us to the island here?
I don't know.
Don't you think he's going to come and kill us or try to?
Is he going to be as good as a bad guy as the bishop?
Well, I mean, no, because we haven't heard anything about him.
Yeah.
Or like maybe it's the count and the countess. Like, did they survive? Like, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, are they going to be like there's only 4 chapters left.
Is there going to be a bad guy?
Is there going to be a bad guy? Like, what is this storyline even building up to?
Does it need a bad guy?
I don't know if it needs a bad guy, but the way the first one ended with the bad guy, that was pretty epic.
Yeah. It's
That
like
was pretty
totally
epic.
game tropey though. Like, yeah, we need the last boss that can summon rat tornadoes.
Yeah,
and
it is game tropey, but like, what is this? What is the ending even building up to?
You fight Hugo,
You fight Hugo at the end.
and he does keep complaining about voices in his head and shit like that.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Maybe Hugo is the big bad guy.
Well, obviously he's the bad guy. Everybody
Obviously.
dies because of him. So like, they
Anywhere
should
he
kill
goes,
him.
everybody dies.
Just kick him off the boat, throw him into the ocean. Fucking live your life.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Very crazy. You know what else is crazy?
No.
Patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
I've heard of it.
You can get in there. You can throw some money at the screen. You can help support this podcast and the people who create it. That's us.
That is us.
Yes.
That's
For only
crazy.
$1 a month, you get access to all of the bonus content, the pre-show content, the post-show content, the exclusive videos, which we're due to make one. And we should probably do that this month.
I've been thinking about that, like what we're gonna do, when we're gonna do, and how we're gonna do it. Basically, like, do we want to like drive to stores and do like a deep dive, check them out and stuff like that?
Yeah,
record
we could.
it as we do it.
Well, we should
on
be
our
able to
way.
live stream it.
Or record it too for the video.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we could do that.
Anyways, we should figure it out. We've been promising it for like 2 months now. So.
Yes, but yeah, it's been a little hectic with everything.
That's the season and everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah, we can
injuries.
totally do that.
Yeah,
Just
we
go
just need to
around
figure out
and
where to
film.
actually do the taste testing.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, like I said, we could do it here and just like do it in the basement
yeah,
and
that's
just set up a hot plate. It'd probably be the easiest. thing
green
to do.
screen it.
Green screen it.
Fake kitchen in
Yeah.
behind.
That would probably be the easiest thing to do. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
All right, guys, stay tuned for that. Patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
Yes.
Let's talk about the news.
Sure.
First up,
Not a
the
whole
title
whole lot.
of this podcast here: Wizards of the Coast faces backlash with over 10,000 complaints recorded.
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast is always fucking shit up. So, well, I mean, is it Wizards of the Coast? Not really. It's Hasbro.
Yeah,
Hasbro
it's
is Wizards of the
Hasbro.
Coast. So, because Wizards of the Coast, if it was just the way they were, it would be it'd be like smooth sailing, right?
Yeah.
But they're owned by Hasbro. Hasbro's like, we want profits, so they're
Yeah.
trying to profitize everything.
Yeah. So they're planning to impose a 25% royalty on third-party sales.
So the whole thing with this is like back in the days of D&D, you had Dungeons and Dragons, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and then the 3rd edition came out, D&D 3rd edition. And they had a thing called the Open Gaming License, where you could make your own supplements for D&D, where you used the D&D rules, but you couldn't publish a copy of the rules, basically. So you couldn't like put the stats for a fighter in your book, but you could like make things like additional magic items using the rules of D&D as they're set out in the Open Gaming License. But if Wizards liked what you did, they could republish it as a generic sort of thing, basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it worked back in the day. And it worked out really well for D&D. D&D was huge back in the 3 and 3.5 days because there's so many companies came up and they started doing their own D&D supplements.
And I think Pathfinder is one of those.
Well, Pathfinder came out of that, basically. Pathfinder came out because when 4.0 D&D was coming out, they were like, no, we're getting rid of the Open Gaming License. We're not going to have it for 4.0. D&D is its own thing. So Pathfinder was like, well, we're going to spin off of 3.0 and make Pathfinder based off of the Open Gaming License. So that's where Pathfinder came from. And then when 5.0 came out, they were like, oh, we kind of fucked it up. No one was making 4.0 stuff, which hurts their bottom line.
Yeah.
Because the more stuff that's made that is compatible with D&D, you have to buy the Dungeon Master Guide and the Player's Handbook to play it. So with 5.0, they went back on it, open gaming license. Everybody was happy. You can make stuff for 5.0. I always look at, I'm like old school D&D guy. So when I hear stuff about like 5.0 and it's like, oh yeah, you can be like half dragon in it and stuff like that. And all these weird classes and stuff. I'm just like, that's not really D&D to me. But they would have all this stuff, whatever. So then they're trying to do another D&D version, like 6.0. And they want to go back on their open gaming license. They want to revoke it, and they want to have it so if you make anything for D&D, technically Wizards of the Coast basically owns it. They can republish it without giving you any money. And you have to pay to make stuff for D&D and stuff like that. Like Pathfinder and stuff, they don't have to pay like a licensing fee. Yeah. Really. So there was a drafted version of the new gaming license that came out, like was leaked basically, and everyone lost their mind because it's so terrible for creators.
Yeah.
And people were canceling their, so apparently I've never looked into it. D&D Beyond is like the tabletop version, electric for you to play D&D, where you can like subscribe to have the books and shit, but you can also like buy, it's almost sounds like a game where you'll buy like a class so you can play it and stuff like that.
That's weird.
And people were canceling their D&D Beyond subscriptions, and they had so many cancellations that Hasbro was like, holy fuck, we screwed it up here. So they released a statement saying like, because so many people are complaining like, oh, we're not doing that. You know, we heard you guys, we're going back on it. We're going to do it the way it was before. And we're not changing this because you complain so much. You guys think you won, but we won too. It's like a win-win for everybody. And people are kind of like, what the fuck is going on with these D&D guys? It's been a whole like fucked up thing. So like, because of this, the Paizo publishing company, the guys that do Pathfinder, they're like, oh, we're going to make our own open gaming license, like role-playing system to take over for this. And then there's another company that said they're going to do one. Like all these companies that were doing 5.0 stuff, they're like, we're, done with D&D now. We're going to do our own thing, which hurts the bottom line for D&D.
Yeah.
They've lost a lot of goodwill here.
So it looks like with the subscriptions to D&D Beyond, you have to buy all the books digitally. Yeah. And you can only use the books that you have purchased. If you're on a basic plan, if you're on a master plan, then you can share any books that you've purchased with other people.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess it makes it easier for like, I guess bonuses adding up and stuff. You don't have to manually do it, but like that sounded demented to me when I heard it. I was like, I would never do that. I would never buy a D&D book digitally to use it in their thing. Like you can only use it in D&D Beyond. Like, no, I don't think so.
That seems, people subscribe for a lot of things now.
I guess
so
I'm a boomer. I don't know.
If I was deep into the D&D and I wanted to do it, sure, I'd do it.
But what happens when 6.0 comes out and they're like, oh, we're not doing 5.0 anymore? That's old news. That's old hat.
Book. You buy your new book just like you would
but
if you were wanting to play 6.0.
Yeah, but none of the old books work with it.
Yeah, it's games as a service now. It's
fuck that, dude. Like if it came time for me to play D&D, like if I was going to be like, I'm going to run a campaign or whatever, I'm not buying any new fucking books. I got 3.0, I got Pathfinder, I got 3.5. I don't need any more fucking books.
Yeah, but that's if you're going to play it the old school way.
Yeah, but what's the new school way? How is it different? You roll a dice?
It's all online.
No, but if I'm playing in person.
Oh, yeah, if you're playing in person, there's no new school way. It's always the old school way.
So, like, what am I
But if you want to play the new 6.0 system, you got to upgrade the books.
Yeah, but I don't want to play this. Like, why would I upgrade to 6.0? Like, what's the difference between 3.0 and 6.0?
That's a good question. What is the difference?
The rules are more streamlined. Is it like any other game where it's like the further along you go, it's the dumber it is? Probably. Like, if you look back at D&D 2nd edition, it's like, what's your THACO? And then they're like 3.0, they're like, get rid of that shit. We don't need any of that THACO shit. And now what is it? You don't roll 1d20 to hit? It's like you flip a coin, 2-sided dice. Yeah.
Think of it. let's talk about Warhammer 40K or Warhammer in general, like model building.
Okay.
Warhammer. They are constantly updating the rules. They're constantly updating all that kind of stuff.
But,
They're bringing in new stuff. And if you want to play in any tournaments.
But aren't they all compatible?
No.
Like, isn't it when they bring in the new army, it just has its own rule book that work with the other ones?
Updating the rule book so that suddenly now your models are illegal and now you have to buy new models.
That's big time bullshit right there. That's
the way they do it.
I guess they're doing it like a collectible card game. But that's I would compare that more to Magic than D&D.
Yeah.
I wouldn't compare that to D&D. That's more like Magic. No, but that's like Magic the Gathering. That's like, oh, the new set came out. Your set is no good anymore. You need the new set.
Yeah, that's true.
Warhammer's your new models come out, the old ones are no good. That's more of a D&D or a Magic thing to me than D&D.
Yeah.
But like,
I mean, no one is forcing you to play 6 Ed, but if you want to play online, then perhaps you have to use 6 Ed. With their D&D Beyond system anyway.
That's some bullshit. Yeah. Anyways, so the main problem was, they want to change the open gaming license so Hasbro can make more money off of the other people making stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's just like you're playing. I guess it doesn't work with Destiny because you can still play Destiny 1, but if you want to play the new stuff, you have to play Destiny 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what could you even compare it to? Really?
I don't. Yeah, it's a good question.
Like. I mean, I guess there's nothing to compare it to, really.
No, if they shut the Destiny 1 servers down immediately following Destiny 2's release, then you could compare it to that, but they don't.
I mean, even then, like, that's
forcing you to buy new stuff.
But that's like every year they do that with Madden. Like, that's just the way it is. But
you could still play the old Madden.
I mean, offline, but you can't do it.
Oh yeah, you can't do it online. Oh,
but like, couldn't you play Destiny 1 offline? I mean, I don't know.
You could still play Destiny 1 online.
Yeah, I know, but like,
no, Destiny 1 you had to play online all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be just like, I don't know, there's like, we're not doing this MMO anymore. Sorry, it's shut down. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's more like, I don't know, Roblox maybe? But even like Roblox, they give you the tools to make a game and they take a cut.
Yeah.
But I guess it's more like
a deep cut.
It's more like Wizards of the Coast made an open gaming license that wasn't good for them. Like, if they could go back in time, there would never be an open gaming license.
Yeah.
The first open gaming license would have been like, oh, you want to make a book for us? You pay us 25. You want to use our rules? 25% fee.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that because they had to grow the hobby. Yeah. Now the hobby's so big, they think like, well, we need to get a piece of that pie. So, because that's the other thing too, is like, I haven't bought a D&D book since 3.5 or Pathfinder or whatever. But everything I read online is people say that the stuff from Wizards of the Coast, D&D, like lore books and all that shit, they're basically the worst ones out of anything made for the open gaming license, where like all the other third-party ones are way better. So, yeah. Anyways, I do sort of miss playing D&D, but stories like this just make me be like, fuck those guys, man. Fuck those guys.
Yeah, there it goes. So, yeah, anything that is currently released under the OGL 1.0 system will remain unaffected. And they want to have greater control over homebrew content.
Yeah, they said the reason why is they don't want like racist stuff using the open gaming license. Like if you made like a friggin' thing to murder minorities or something like that using the open gaming license, they don't want that.
Yeah.
Or like they had like there was a weird open gaming sex one they were making where it was like all about like chances to catch a disease or get a woman pregnant or what happens if a dragon fucks a goat and stuff like that. So they say that's the reason why they want control of it, but that's not.
They just want a 25% cut because there's a lot of content being made out there using their rule systems that they just want to cut. The content creator will still own that content. They just want, they want 25 cents in the dollar. Yeah.
It's very weird. I wouldn't mind like looking at how the rules work in 5.0 just to see like what exactly changed. But I know that they're always talking about like you can be a half dragon and there's like these weird classes and shit. And I'm like, that's just not for me D&D wise.
I mean, I think it's up to the game master whether they want to play with that kind of.
Oh yeah, like BS. If I was like running a 5th edition like campaign using the 5th edition rules, none of that shit would be in there. No, I'd be like, no, you can't be a half dragon. Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't fit the storyline I'm trying to tell here.
I mean, I don't usually play that way when I'm running a thing. It's not like the storyline I'm trying to tell, but it's just like that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't want that. I mean, I guess it is the story I want to tell. I don't want to deal with a half dragon.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to deal with like I don't know what it would be, like your emo weirdo like character type that you want to do. Like,
you want to have a campaign that's balanced, that you're not going to have one overpowered character.
well, I'm sure the rules are in the 5.0 are not like Palladium rules, Rifts, where it's like, I'm a glitter boy. It's more like, I'm sure the half dragon is even Steven with all the others.
Tempered.
But it's just like, that doesn't fit with my vision of a fantasy world.
Yeah.
So like, there'd be like dwarf, halfling, human, elf, half elf, or even half orc in 3rd edition. I was like, I don't know, but okay. So yeah. Anyways. We'll see how it goes. Anyways.
We will see how it goes. They might just back out right away. Who knows?
This might be the rise of like them not being like all, number one anymore. Like Pathfinder, maybe, or whatever they call their thing they're going to make. Maybe the default rule set.
Yeah. Who knows?
Those guys make a bunch of money. They've been doing it for like, 20 years now. So obviously they can make it work. So
yep.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens in the future.
Yes.
Speaking of the future, Google is going to release self-serve tools to enable Bluetooth connections on the Stadia controller. So that your Stadia
tool.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to, I guess, crack your Stadia controller to accept regular Bluetooth connections so that you can use it as a Bluetooth controller.
Oh, because it wouldn't connect normally?
Yeah, it won't be a normal Bluetooth. So now you can make it a normal Bluetooth controller, use it normally, so it's not just a waste of plastic that's just sitting in your basement.
Why wouldn't they just like make a driver? But I guess if it's got some weirdo
it's probably got some weirdo
thing.
stuff on it.
Okay, so this would be like a program you download, plug in your Stadia controller, hit execute, it'll like send a squirt over to it, update the firmware, and then you can use it. Yeah. I've never held a Stadia controller.
Me neither.
I wonder if it would be like a comfortable controller to use.
It looks like an Xbox layout, but with a PlayStation controller.
Let's take a look here. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't like the look of it too much. I'm sure it would be okay, but it's more of a PlayStation controller because the analog sticks are on the same spot.
Oh yeah, they are.
They're not offset like the Xbox one.
And don't worry, they are releasing one final game before Stadia shuts down.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Looks like a worm eating thing.
Is it free to play?
I don't know.
Because they're refunding all the Stadia games.
I know, it's got to be free to play.
Oh my god, why would you release that? Why would you even bother?
I don't know. The developers probably like, hey, just slam this out for me.
I guess if it's like available on Steam as well or something like that. Yeah, it's like a free demo on Stadia. I'd be like, yeah, buy the Steam version or something.
Who knows?
I mean, hopefully this like makes it so it actually works just no problems, just as like a regular like Xbox controller more or less.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're touting it will do.
Because that'd be a real pain if it ended up acting like a PS4 controller.
Yeah, PS4 controllers, you gotta download a separate program just to get those to work on your PC.
I think the PS5 ones are better, but I don't know. I'd rather use an Xbox controller any day of the week.
Too. I think they fit better.
I just like it more.
Yeah.
I'd like to try the Stadia one just to see how it feels, but I mean, the only way I'm ever going to try that now is if I find one at the thrift store or something. Yeah. But like, how many Stadias do you think you're like in town? There can't be that
like
many.
0.
Nah, there's got to be more.
There's got to be at least 5. At least 5.
I'm sure a bunch of those hardcore dudes got them. And I'm sure someone was just like, "Oh, from Google, it can't fail." It's like, buddy, Google cancels shit all the time.
Oh yeah,
all the time. So, yeah, good on them. Anyways, they didn't have to do that.
They sure did.
But like, that's a lot of landfill.
It sure is.
So, or is it a lot of landfill? Yeah, I guess probably not. If it was a lot of landfill, it probably would have been still working.
Yeah,
if they wouldn't have canceled it.
Yeah.
So,
fair point.
Yeah,
fair point.
Mm-hmm.
Next up.
Yes.
Lost Ark Steam ban wave hits inactive players with cheat claims.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of clamping down on bot accounts. A lot of people who haven't played in the last little while might have found that their accounts were banned.
So rather than just deleting the accounts, Amazon Games was like, let's just give them a ban from the game.
Mm-hmm.
and it ends up being like a black mark on your Steam account, like your VAT banned basically.
Oh, back band, yeah.
Because a guy was posting on the Reddit forums like, "Oh, my 13-year-old account is now garbage because of the fucking Lost Ark," and he got this ban for being inactive.
He could appeal it.
Yeah, they are. They're rolling it back now. They've said, and they're doing appeals and everything like that because they shouldn't have done it that way.
Oh yeah, 100% not.
It's like some intern was like, "Oh, it's a lot of work to delete these counts. Like, I'll just hit the ban button on them all."
We'll just ban them all. That's fine.
I didn't get banned, thankfully,
Yeah, that's good.
but I only played Lost Ark for like 10 minutes because I got into it and was like, "Oh no, I don't like the way this controls." Because it plays like Diablo, basically,
Yeah.
clicking around everywhere. No, thank you.
Use a controller and play it like Path.
Yeah, I mean, but even Path of Exile, the controller didn't work too good with it. So
No, I think that's the best way to play Path of Exile.
no. I mean, on PC, getting it to work with the controller didn't work too good. At least when I tried, I had to like install some weird program because it didn't have controller support.
Oh, weird. It just worked for me.
When did you try it?
When we were talking about trying it like years ago.
No, I had to like do some weirdo shit with it wouldn't work properly.
Yeah, it just worked for me. It works great on the deck as well.
Yeah, okay, maybe they added it in. It worked fine on Xbox. Like that's the way I had to play it, basically. Yeah. So I like saw this account, like this article, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I better look at my Steam account." And no, it was fine.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I wasn't like that worried. Like, I mean, my Steam account's old and shit, but like, I mean, I own a few games on there, but like nothing that I've spent like full dollars on, I don't think.
Yeah, isn't Lost Ark? Oh, it is free.
Yes.
What's the one that's not free?
From Amazon?
Oh, it's from
New
somebody.
World.
New World. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one you have to buy. Yeah, I've never bought like a full price really type game on Steam. I don't play PC games.
Yeah, I've bought a lot.
Like the only thing I bought New World, but that was only like $30 or $40 or whatever.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not like I'm like, "Oh yes, sweet, finally, I
Yeah.
can play Grand Theft Auto on my PC." It's like, no.
I usually wait for a sale because the sales are always coming. Like your game is going to go on sale sooner or later. If you're not, super keen on playing it right away, it's going to go on sale.
But like even for a regular game that I want to buy, I'm like, no, I'll buy that on Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it on PC. Unless it's like, I don't know, something that you have to play with mouse and keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would never play Minecraft with a controller.
No,
But
it's
like
awful. Unless it's a VR controller, then it's okay.
Playing No Man's Sky is superior with a controller, in my opinion. I played both ways. But again, those are on Game Pass. So I don't even need to buy them. And even like the only full price game I bought, I think I bought Satisfactory when it was full price. And I bought that on Epic, so
Yeah, me too.
So, but I don't know.
That was probably the only full price game I've bought on Epic.
I've bought 2 games on Epic. I bought that and Among Trees.
Yeah, but
You bought Alan Wake.
Did I? No, I got that for free. I played it on Game Pass.
No, you didn't.
Didn't I?
No, it didn't come to Game Pass because I bought it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, account's not banned. If you got banned, that sucks, but they're rolling them back, so you'll be okay.
Yep. All right. Next up,
Uh-huh.
61 gigs of Team Fortress 2 maps, models, and more have been leaked. And apparently that's like the rest of it. That's
everything? There's
That's
nothing
everything
else?
now. There's nothing else to leak.
So is this from the like last thing? They just held it in their back pocket?
I guess. I don't know who leaked it or what, but yeah, this is the rest of everything that had not been leaked yet has been leaked.
There's a lot of weird shit in there too, like screenshots of people's desktops and stuff like that. Like they're working on Team Fortress like logos and stuff, and they took a screenshot of their desktop, and that's somehow in the leak.
Yeah.
Yeah, prototype maps, models, different skills and abilities that they were working on for Team Fortress 2 that will never happen now. It's pretty crazy. It's cool that this sort of thing happens so you can see like, oh, that's an interesting thing, like the history of it.
Yeah.
But it sucks balls that it happened because it is a monetary like loss for the company.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a lot of stuff that they weren't planning on implementing.
No,
that
I
were
know,
in
but
there.
like maybe,
and then like modders are like, oh, maybe we'll just put it in.
but like say that thing didn't end up in Team Fortress, maybe it ends up in Team Fortress 3. Like maybe that's something they're keeping in their back pocket,
yeah.
and now it's like, oh, it's out there.
What do you mean Team Fortress 3?
Well,
Valve doesn't do 3s.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but like they're not updating Team Fortress 2 anymore.
Nope.
So
I mean, it's fine if they're not updating Team Fortress 2 now.
yeah, but like, I mean, I guess
they weren't planning on making money off any of this content anyway.
no, but like again, maybe they were like Team Fortress 3. Maybe that was something that was going to be in the works for it.
Could be, but
Who knows?
Valve
right?
and 3 is
I
not
mean,
a thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe the next thing is just Team Fortress, but like, you know, they do still. I know that it's like the joke. Valve doesn't make games. They fucking work on Dota all the time, like all the fucking time. They're updating Dota.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like they don't actually make games.
Well, they update games.
But I mean, like they do.
Infinitely.
So like, they could technically like, why wouldn't they still? Tons of people play Team Fortress still.
Oh yeah.
So like, they could still do it.
Yep.
They could be making money on it.
Yep. And they made Aperture Desk Job. That's technically a game.
Yeah, but like I'm talking like a multiplayer like game.
Yeah.
Like Counter-Strike. Don't they still work on that?
That's Counter-Strike Go, and I don't think it's Valve.
It's cool. It's not?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I don't think Counter-Strike Go is made by Valve.
Okay. I'm mistaken
not
then.
entirely sure.
But yeah, it's just weird to me. I know they make a lot of money from their, you know, game sales from other companies, but I don't know. You'd think they'd use some of that money to bankroll something.
Oh, it's Valve.
It is Valve?
Yeah, it is Valve.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like why don't they make games?
They do. They just come out few and far between.
Yeah, but why don't they spend some more of their money? Like Valve's a privately owned company. Like
Yes.
Gabe owns it. He's
Gabe's company.
He's in charge of it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't think he would be like, let's make some games. I like games. Maybe he doesn't like games anymore. I don't know.
He likes hardware.
Does
So
he?
until he doesn't make, Valve doesn't make a game until there's hardware to show it off.
Yeah, but
Or
like,
they make a
I
game
mean,
to show off the hardware.
I don't know if that's 100% true, but I think they don't make a game unless it brings something new to the table.
Or software. Yeah, it's got to bring something new to the table. Like Half-Life engine. Half-Life 2, Half-Life Source engine.
Yeah, but it's
Half-Life
not even
Alyx.
just the engine. It's also the gameplay. Like, there was no first-person shooter like Half-Life or
There
Half-Life.
sure wasn't.
So that was more, like, the engine was fine, but it's more like, this is what a first-person shooter can be. Same thing with Portal. It's like, this is a puzzle first-person game. Like, this is not something you've ever seen before.
Yeah. Until
Half-Life
there's
Alyx,
something
yes.
like groundbreakingly amazing.
I mean,
that
what
they
was
have.
groundbreaking about Team Fortress 2?
It's just multiplayer.
Yeah, but that
No,
Team Fortress
it's
was
not-
multiplayer.
And Team Fortress 2 is just Source engine.
Yeah. No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, they don't always do it if it's some groundbreaking thing. Like, what was Artifact? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Their card
Artifact.
game?
Yeah. That was supposed to be groundbreaking.
Yeah, but anyways, whatever. Yeah, it was groundbreaking in a friggin' $60 free-to-play game. So, yeah. I'd like to see them do something. I would have to think they're going to do a Team Fortress 3. Or it's just called Team Fortress.
As a games as a service Team Fortress, like
Yeah.
like COD
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know they still update Dota? Like the original Dota?
Original Dota?
Like Warcraft 3 Dota still gets updated?
Interesting.
Like the mod that Dota is based off of?
Yeah.
Yeah. It still gets updated.
There you
I'm not going to play it.
go.
And one other thing not related to this. Do you remember when Apex Legends had the third person mode?
No.
You played it on stream. I remember it. I remember you running around as Gibraltar. And it was in third person.
Yeah, don't remember.
Yeah. Anyways, I remember
That's how memorable it was.
It looked hilarious because you were running around. It looked like you were running so slow because his animations are so slow.
Yeah. It's because he takes big steps.
I was just thinking of that last night. I was like, yeah, I remember when Apex had a limited time third person mode. Pretty crazy.
I probably played it a lot, but Yeah, I don't. Really
I don't remember you playing it a lot, but I remember watching you play it. It was just like, oh my god.
I'm not a fan of third-person shooters when it's like competitive like that.
Yeah,
Just not a fan.
fair enough.
Speaking of something else I'm not a fan of.
Oh,
The original Nintendo Zelda has been recreated in VR, and the article says it's glorious. And
was it glorious?
It looks more like Barf Simulator to me.
Yeah, it didn't look.
It looks awful.
It looked, yeah. This is from NintendoLife.com, so I wonder why they were hyping up this Nintendo thing so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had too much. It's VR, whatever, and it looks. You go into the dungeon and you're fighting an Octorok, whatever, and it's kind of in an 8-bit style, but it's like Minecraft looking sword, basically.
Yeah.
But like, why was Head Bob turned on?
I think Head Bob is turned on just to make it less Barf Simulator.
Does that make it less or more?
I don't know. It might make it more.
It looked like
yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, it'd probably make it more Barf Simulator.
If I was playing it in first person, just not VR, but first person Zelda, the first thing would be like, turn that fucking head bob off, man. I don't need that shit. But this looked like head bobbing, and you're walking around the dungeon, and it looked like, I mean, it wasn't really Zelda. Like the like mobs, the bad guys were like moving around in the 3D space diagonally and stuff like that, which is something that doesn't happen.
Yeah, definitely not.
So it just was totally, it's not the same thing really.
No.
It looked interesting, but it looked like a Minecraft mod basically.
Yeah, it was very, blocky, very pixely, but I mean, that's what the Nintendo
It's basically like they took the 2D sprite and then had it, because like in Zelda, when you're looking top down, everything's flat, but you're seeing like the side view of something. You're not seeing the head of the bat.
Yeah.
You're seeing like a flat bat flying around basically. So that's what they did, is they just took the sprite of the bat and made it in the game flying around basically.
Yeah.
And it seems really hard to hit them with your little powered up master sword shooting out its bolts.
Yeah.
But it also looked a lot like Doom, where it's like you can't look up or down. You just shoot and it hits whatever's in front of you, basically.
Oh, man. Yeah. Not being able to look up and down in VR when you're like trying to look up and down, it doesn't do it. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly. So, I haven't played The Legend of Zelda, the original one, in a long fucking time. I love that kid. I loved that game when I was a kid. I love that kid.
I love that kid when I was a game.
Yeah, I loved it when I was a kid. I played the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And then I think I never played a Zelda from the Super Nintendo one until Wind Waker. I skipped all the N64 ones.
No, weird.
I didn't really have an N64 when it was out, so.
The N64, the only Zelda I've ever finished is on N64.
Or Majora's Mask.
Yeah. No, Ocarina.
I've been thinking I might get it for the Switch.
Maybe I did finish Majora's Mask.
I might get it for the Switch and play it. I've been watching the Ludo lads play it on YouTube, and it's like, oh yeah, maybe I'll check this out.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Anyways,
you
I
should.
would not play this fucking bullshit VR Zelda.
No,
it's
me
not
neither.
glorious. The headline's a lie.
Yeah, headline is definitely a
Way
lie.
to go, Nintendo Life.
Left 4 Dead.
Uh-huh.
Our last article.
Uh-huh.
The Left 4 Dead prototype Counter-Strike map was leaked.
Really?
It's I don't know how true this is, but it's a playable version of a Counter-Strike map that inspired the zombie FPS has appeared online. It's like I don't know if this is correct. If a Counter-Strike map did it, but who knows?
Well, I think there's a quote in there from one of the developers saying they were fucking around in Counter-Strike and they made
there it is.
Zombie terror or something like that.
While we were developing bots for Counter-Strike Source, we discovered that a few of us armed to the teeth with automatic weaponry against 30 knife-wielding enemy bots was a lot of fun.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Just mowing them down.
Yeah.
And they called the thing Terror Zombie or Zombie Terror or something. Terror Strike? I can't remember. Yeah, it looked interesting. That's how, same thing with Dota. We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
It just sprang out of like a Warcraft 3 mod.
Yep.
And a whole game came out of it.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. And I guess Portal wasn't a mod. It was just a small game that they turned into Portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like the progression of how things happen.
Yeah, for sure.
A small idea and it just balloons into a full thing.
Yeah, there's a video you can watch on the on the thing. If you want to Google it out, it's pretty interesting.
Another non-3 from Valve.
Yep.
Left 4 Dead.
Yep.
They really like to get to the 2 mark.
The 2, and that's it.
Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Yep. Half-Life 2.
Yeah, so
Portal
they couldn't.
2.
They didn't want to do Half-Life 2 Episode 3.
Yeah. 3s are not aesthetically pleasing, I guess. They can't put a 3.
They just get bored of it, and they're like,
2's good enough.
That's not bother.
We don't want to wreck it with a 3.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Portal 3 like at Valve, like they were working on. It's just like it doesn't add anything new to it.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, forget it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, Left 4 Dead, I don't know. Back 4 Blood tried to do it. Didn't really set the world on fire.
Sure didn't.
But is that because it wasn't enough like Left 4 Dead, or is it because they tried to do all that weird like leveling up shit and
the leveling up stuff probably could have
the
made
cards and stuff?
Yeah, they probably could have made it better.
Yeah.
Well, that would have made Left 4 Dead better. I played a lot of Left 4 Dead. I didn't need any Back 4 Blood.
Yeah.
I had my fill with Left 4 Dead. I mean, in order to get it into, a new audience's hands, I think they tried, but I don't think that kind of game plays right now for new players. For like the younger audience,
You don't think so?
It's just not enough.
They just
COD,
need
not enough.
Well, what about
Fortnite?
What about that fucking horror game everybody plays, Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, not enough Dead by Daylight.
But isn't that kind of what Back 4 Blood is?
No,
minus the
completely different
asymmetrical part of it.
Yeah, the Back 4 Blood.
Well, I know it's 4v1 in
Yeah.
Dead by Daylight, but it's still like 4v the bad guy.
Yeah. Back 4 Blood and Left 4 Dead are linear storyline things with action elements, whereas Dead by Daylight is just escape.
Yeah.
Escape the one little area.
I don't know, isn't it like Borderlands basically?
No. It's just like you have one small map and you have to do certain tasks on it in order to open up the exit, and while the killer tries to kill everybody.
No, but I meant like Borderlands compared to Back 4 Blood. Like multiplayer, killing bad guys, progressing through the level.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah,
when you say it like that.
But like when you say like kids don't care about that anymore, it's like I think the game was just not good. Was the problem?
I just don't think the zombie genre is a popular genre when they released it.
Not anymore, that's
not
for sure.
anymore. I think zombies have been played out.
Yeah, I guess that's why they're not zombies and left The Last of Us.
Yeah.
They're fungaloids.
Fungal
zombies.
Yeah.
They're zombies. Come on.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of this podcast. Thank you all for tuning in and listening to the 112th episode of the Stream Void Pod.
Erotic.
Yes. If you liked what you heard, make sure to leave a like, make sure to rate us, and definitely go ahead and share us with a friend if you've made it to the end of the podcast.
Yes.
And I'm glad you did.
Yes.
So, and like I always say, we'll see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Mosh. I mean, I know the pods always starts at the same time on the same day, but I didn't get sent a fucking notification. Classic Twitch. Yeah, did I get a notification? Let's see here. I did not. Unless I already dismissed it, I did not get one. So, who knows? Another Swissy boy? Swissy boy? Oh, Master's at church right now. Or not at church. She's at Costco. Which is her church. So, before we start the weebs and the plebes, we should decide what we're going to do for the next one. To let everybody know. Do we want to do a series or a movie?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I think we should do Chainsaw Man, just because it's popular and hot on the lips of every kid right now.
Is this a series?
Yeah.
Okay. We start with the Chainsaw Man. 3 episodes of Chainsaw Man. Oh, wait, where? Hold on. Let's look it up. Excuse me. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Apologize.
It's very messed up.
Who says that?
People.
Oh.
Right, Frank?
Oh, there's only been 11 episodes so far?
Yeah, it's still coming out.
Oh, all right. Well,
But yeah, it's incredibly popular right now.
let's do 3 episodes. Sound about right?
Oh, there's a Trigun remake.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
Is it live action or is it
No,
CGI?
it's a mix of classical and
That's like, what was the one we saw the trailer for? The, what was it? Oh, yeah, Cat's Eye /
Lupin.
Lupin.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, and it's CGI. Barf City. All right, we can do the Chainsaw Man. Vroom vroom. All right. Vroom vroom. Do the Chainsaw
Let's
Man.
make it happen. Excuse me.
Disgusting.
Very.
How did you get so gross?
How did you get so gross? Oops. Open Microsoft Edge Developer Tools? No.
Microsoft Developer Tools? Don't do it. Clickety clack. Clickety clack. Clickety clack. Clickety clack.
What's up, Tank?
The tank?
What's up, Tank?
The tank? What?
I took the recording
The tank? What?
progress
recording
thing
what?
down, so it progress recording thing down.
Oh. Oh my
So he's umming.
God.
He's umming and on. So he's umming.
God.
He's umming and on.
Frankie.
So he's umming.
What are you doing?
He's umming and on.
Frankie.
So he's umming.
What are you doing?
And apparently there's echoes.
Frankie. What are you doing?
And apparently there's echoes.
Oh my God.
Apparently there's echoes. Where are the echoes?
Oh my God.
Where are the echoes?
Oh my God.
Where are the echoes?
We're echoing? We're echoing? My channel
yeah.
says broadcast ended.
Yeah, this how are we echoing? Wait a minute. That's what I want to know. How are we echoing? Your channel says broadcast ended, but you still see and hear us.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, my mine restarted, so we're like a minute and 45 in right now.
the channel is still going. It is not done. Who the hell is Babette? You refreshed? Are we good now? We're not echoing anymore? I hope. Hello, Frankie. Hello, Frankie. What are you doing? What are you doing? Frankie. Frankie, baby. What were you guys just talking about? We were just talking about what show to do next for Weebus Plebus. You took a little nap ski? Did you hear what we decided we were going to do? Frankie, baby. No? Oh. You don't know, eh?
You don't know till you know.
It's a mystery.
What's a mystery?
He doesn't know what the next podcast or the next anime we're going to do for the Weebus Plebus.
Ah.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Should we break it to him? The mix of CGI, as we were talking about, they're doing a new Cat's Eye / Lupin the Third. It's not really a remake. It's like a new movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I said.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Let's just get into it.
Let me just get my bullshit up here.
Your bullshit.
So I have everything ready. There's like 40,000 Lupin series.
Lupin's a very popular man.
We're talking about the anime.
Yeah.
Lupin the Third.
Yeah, very popular man.
Crossed by Cat's Eye.
Lupin, Jigen, all the guys. All the guys, they're all there.
Wasn't Zatoichi or some shit in that? Do you remember?
Yeah, something like that.
Was it Zatoichi? Who was he? No, it wasn't Zatoichi. It was like some other mythical samurai that just showed up.
Yep.
Can't remember who, though. There was one I watched recently where he was being tracked by social media and were trying to prevent his crimes. Like the anime? Or do you mean? Oh, crazy. I didn't know they still made them.
Yeah. I mean,
it was good.
We got that Lupin v. Cat's Eye, so.
Yeah. Cat's Eye was interesting.
Yeah. I would have watched more of that if I was watching things.
Yeah.
I need
to do a banging intro.
Oh, yeah.
Soundtrack was dope.
For sure.
You were going to say, sorry?
I don't know what I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I perfectly interrupted you.
Yes, you did.
Excuse me.
Let's go right into it, shall we? Shall we? Is that what we want to do right now?
Sure. We shall.
All right, then. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet.
All right.
Welcome to Weebus Plebus.
Yes.
I am Mikey T, the Weeb, and of course, across from me is Herb.
Hello.
He's the Plebe.
Yes.
This is a show about anime and animation and things that I like that Curb not necessarily likes.
Well, I mean, I just never watched it, so
yeah.
I don't know if I like it.
I
Yeah.
grew up watching anime and animations and all kind of stuff.
And I was just like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Yes.
Why do they look like that? Why do their only their mouths move?
This is episode 3. We are, of course, watching the most non-anime
Yeah.
animation, Arcane.
Yes.
to bring it in.
It's like American animated film.
Yes, based on a video game.
Nothing with Japan involved.
Nothing at all.
That's
so,
okay.
we're currently watching, we're currently going to review and talk about episodes 7, 8, and 9 of Arcane, the last 3 episodes of season 1.
Which worked out pretty good with this because it's like their show's broken into 3 sort of sections, basically.
Yes.
3 episodes per, so
Yes.
it worked out pretty good.
Yeah. And, this is based on the League of Legends video game, which has a robust backstory.
Does it?
Characters and all
I
that.
guess it does.
It does. Everyone's got lore and all that kind of stuff, so...
So, I've never played League of Legends. I never will play League of Legends. I just don't care about that style of game. But is it like I heard last night? Like the League of Legends idea is like everybody in it like dead. Basically, they're like legendary warriors. Is how
Yeah.
it sort of goes.
I don't know. Probably.
Okay, because like not every character in the game could potentially show up in this series, right?
No, there's a lot of weird characters that you wouldn't see in
Yeah.
this.
So
Yeah.
okay.
All right.
I don't know much about the game, so with this, every character is like, I don't know, is that character in the game, or could they die? I don't know. Like when we in the first episode, when we were watching, and there's like Clegor and Milo and everything, it's like, oh, they're dead now.
Yep.
I guess they're not in the game.
They definitely aren't.
They could be added now. I guess they could be legendary
They
warrior.
could be legendary warriors, but they were, still young when they died and weren't very warrior-like.
Yeah. Well, I would assume from the looks of it, like in the game, I'm not expecting it's going to be like old lady Powder or Vi or Jinx to be in it. So they don't live too much longer, I don't think.
Yeah, perhaps.
So
Perhaps.
anyways, we're going to talk about episodes 7, 8,
Yes.
and 9 today.
Episode 7, The Boy Savior. The previous episode, Vi and...
Powder, Jinx.
no.
Oh, Caitlyn?
Vi and Caitlyn were captured by the Firelights.
Yes.
And in this episode, we find out exactly who the
Yeah,
Firelights
what's
are.
their deal? What's
their deal? And why we haven't seen Echo, the kid
Well,
from the shop
so
yet.
that's the thing is like the big reveal is like they don't know who's got them, whatever. They're in the room with a sack on their head. They can't see anything. They come and take Vi away, and Caitlin's like, "Don't you put a finger on her?" And they go out, and the big reveal is he takes off his mask, and I'm like, "Who is this? I'm supposed to know who this is, right?" And
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
don't-
I
we
have no idea who this is. And then she's like, Echo, and I was like, "Oh, that's Echo." Like, is Echo in the game?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe then, like, if I would watch this thing, I'd be like, "Oh, Echo, okay." But
Yeah.
like, even in the earlier episodes, like, I don't know if Echo is a character in the game, so I'm
Yeah.
not like expecting to see him later in the show because I just was like, "Who is this?" So
the episode starts off with some good music and some firelights, a little artistic intro to the firelights, kind of.
yeah, it was. I mean, as I was watching these episodes, I was like, they spent a lot of money making this show.
Oh,
like,
yes.
holy crap,
Oh,
dude.
yes, they did.
And this is just the stuff that made the like episodes. Like, there's all sorts of shit that got cut for time that they animated and
Yeah.
recorded and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's like, wow, they did a lot of editing and spend a lot of money to make this.
Oh yeah, this where the characters are right now is like some kind of hidden secret base.
Yeah, there's just a giant tree growing somewhere that no
Yeah.
one knows about.
Yeah, it's like a post-apocalyptic little area
It's
where
like a
there's
little
like
oasis.
it's been reclaimed by people, so there's a lot of people living there in peace and harmony. Away from
junkies and
yeah.
People that are exploited from Zon, basically.
Yeah, they're away from Zon, they're away from Piltover. It's just like their own little oasis in the
like
madness.
it's like a bizarro like from like Peter Pan where all the kids go. It's like the good version of that.
yeah,
They don't show up and get handed a pack of smokes.
yeah,
They should get shown up and they get fed a nice hot meal. It's
yeah.
like the reverso of that.
Yeah.
So Vi's just like, talking to Echo, like, I was locked away in prison, like, I'm not working for Silco, like, I want to get my sister. And Echo's like, no, Jinx she's Jinx now. She's not Powder. Powder's dead. Sorry to tell you. And they leave sort of Caitlin out of in the dark for a bit. She's like locked away and whatever. It was an interesting reveal, but like as someone that knows nothing about the game, it was kind of like a little bit lost on me with Echo coming in. So, yeah, I mean, he does explains like all this stuff to Vi that we already knew, like Vander, when he died, Silco took over. So did we know, did I just miss it or like overlook it that Silco and Vander are like related?
They're not really related.
Well, didn't he say you're my brother?
Yeah, they're like brothers, like,
but not
you
an
and your
actual
best friend
brother.
are brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not actually brothers.
Okay.
They had the same ideals back in the day, and they fought for the same cause.
Okay.
And so as they are brothers in battle.
Okay. So they want to like broker a peace between Zahn and Piltover, because shit's getting fucked up. There's the roadblock going on up top.
Yeah.
And bad things are happening.
Yeah, and Marcus is, twisted the tale to say that it's the firelights that have been causing all the mayhem up top.
Because of Silco.
Because of Silco, yeah. Silco was paying Marcus to paying him off on the police force.
So Caitlin is like, we can return this gem to Piltover.
Yeah, because, of course, Caitlin is friends with the counselor, Counselor Jace, and so
also her mom is on the council.
Yeah, and her mom's on the council, but Jace is of course kind of leading Piltover at this point, and so they broker they're going to go broker a deal, and Echo is like, well, I want to be the one to give it to them because I'm the leader of the Firelights, and he needs to clear the Firelights' name. Yes, the Firelights are fighting for freedom from Silco down in the basement.
Exactly. And is it in this episode where, what's his name? Jace's buddy. I can't remember his name. Victor goes to the singed guy?
Yes.
Okay. Because he's like...
He needs help to...
Oh, yeah. He went at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
And singed is... I didn't know that was his name. Anyways, it is. He's like, oh yeah, no problem. Here, some shimmer. This will help you.
Yeah, it's a variant of shimmer that will help him
survive through. Like the hex core, like I don't even know what it is, transmogrification.
Yeah.
So he has to go back to the Piltover from Zahn, but rather I don't know, like he somehow snuck in, but then he can't sneak back somehow.
Well, he can sneak in because he went down there before the blockade was put up.
It was before the blockade.
Yeah. So yeah, at the end of the last episode, all the blockades on the bridges went up so that no one can go from Zahn to Piltover over the bridge.
Okay.
But I mean, there's other ways to get up there.
Yeah, but he's like crippled up, so it's not like he can climb a ladder really.
Yeah.
So then Jace has to come, get him from the roadblock and be like, you've put me in a real tough spot here where I'm giving like preferential treatment at the roadblock here. And then someone threw like a firebomb. There are people from Zahn are trying to get in Piltover and they're like having scraps down there or whatever.
Yeah, they're not pleased that the blockade is going on right now.
But like, did people from Zahn go to Piltover?
Yeah, because there's trade and all that kind of stuff. Zahn is kind of an independent nation, but not.
Yeah.
But they have like trade routes in between to get supplies back and forth and whatnot, because stuff gets made down in Zahn, brought up to Piltover.
Well, the Shimmer does for sure.
Well, yeah, Shimmer for sure.
It's just crazy how like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's different in other places, but how much of like everything is good here and everything is total shit show here. Like from the left, everything's good, to the right, everything's bad. Like there's not even like a little bit of crossover. It's just like, this is the worst area in the world and this is the best area in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy anyways. When they're taking the gem back to Piltover, they're crossing the bridge and Jinx, I was a little confused here. There's all the little firelights that come out. Was she in control of them, or what was going
those are
on?
different firelights. So those are little bombs that she's made to come. So they start crossing the bridge, the lights are all out, and then the lights go on. And, and Marcus is there, and he's like, blah, blah.
Yeah, like he shoots Echo.
Yeah, shoots Echo.
Caitlin's like, I've got proof that Silco's in charge. And he's like, okay, whatever, show it to me, and it's the gem. And then he blows Echo away.
Yeah.
And then Caitlin's like, oh, that's kind of fucked up, because he turns the gun on her and is going to shoot her. And he's like, I told you to like stop investigating this.
Yeah.
And,
and at this time, Vi had gone back over the bridge because she can't leave Powder back there.
Yeah.
But then the firelights, the ones that Jinx has made, start crossing the bridge and start exploding. And so Vi runs back to Caitlin to try and Echo to see what's happened. And as Vi's picking up Caitlin, being like that, Jinx is up on like the catwalks looking down and be like, oh, no.
Yeah, she's also like, she's haunted by the deaths of Milo and Claygor, obviously, the whole time, because they'll always appear over their shoulder, like telling her stuff. And she's up there spying on before the, bad stuff happens. And Vi gives like Caitlin a hug, and she's like, oh yeah, leave your girlfriend behind. It's time to go. Being like, okay. So this could have totally turned out differently for Powder and Jinx. Maybe if she hadn't been called back, like if she went back and found her, like maybe this could have ended a different way.
Yeah.
But because Vi goes back for Caitlin when all the shit goes down, it kind of like is basically the start of like no turning back.
Yeah, that's
for
it.
The rest of the season of the show.
Yeah. And after that explosion, there's a lot of carnage. All the enforcers are dead. Marcus is sitting there dying, and he tries to get Caitlin to tell his daughter something.
Tell my daughter I wasn't a total sack of shit.
Yeah.
And somehow Caitlin lived with just a scratch on her leg.
Yeah, and Echo also lived because he had a bulletproof plate on.
Yeah, it's like that's where his Bible was.
Yeah, yeah.
Bullet blocked by the Bible. Yeah, so they all like, Caitlin and Vi are whatever, let's get out of here.
Yeah, so
did they even check on Echo? Or was he just not there anymore?
No, he was there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because this is, they all get up, and Vi and Caitlin start going off towards Piltover, and Echo, is Echo and Jinx.
Yes.
Echo is here to stop Jinx.
Right. They have a bit of an epic battle.
Yeah, it was probably the best fight scene of the series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was so good with, like, the switching of art styles, the going through time with, like, because they go back and forth from being kids and fighting into being adults and fighting. And it's just the music and the whole setting and the way that it switches just straight to 2D animation.
Yes.
With like chalk and stuff like that. Man, it's so good.
Yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about it. Yeah, because it's kind of like throwback to when they were kids, when they'd fight like, I don't remember. Play fighting, but like Echo had like a wooden sword and she had finger guns.
Yeah.
And it's sort of mixed up with them actually having like a battle to the death pretty much.
Yeah. It's just the way this whole fight scene starts out, where Echo drops down his pocket watch and starts going in the music.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
So what's the deal with the pocket watch?
So Echo has control of time, I think, in the game. I can't remember how his character works.
Okay.
But yeah, he has kind of like a time control.
So that's one of the things about the series that I'm not a huge fan of. It's like, I know that they have to build in like little snippets to the game or whatever, but it was just like, as I'm watching like a lot of the things, like we'll get to it later when like Jace has his hammer, I'm like, okay, is he in the game? And like, is that his thing? He uses a big ass hammer? And then like when he's shooting out blue bolts, I'm like, is that his like super attack? Like, I don't know about the game, so I don't know how it relates really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any characters except that Powder and Jinx were in the game.
Yeah.
Those are the only two
at
I knew.
the end of the podcast here. At the end of the show, or after we've gone through the episodes, we'll talk about this correlation to the game.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes.
Epic
so
fight.
they get blown off the bridge, I think? Or do they run away?
Yeah, Echo manages to strike down Jinx.
And it's
just pummeling her straight in the face.
Yeah.
And then he he looks at her and he's like,
he
this
lets
is
up
powder.
and like, oh, I shouldn't beat the
He
shit
can
out of
see
her.
powder within her, and then
She drops
Jinx
the
drops a
grenade.
grenade,
Yeah.
and he gets blown over the side of the bridge.
Yes.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah, it was a good one. I totally forgot about that. I don't know why, but yeah, as soon as you said it, was like, oh yeah, they're back as kids and everything like that. It's like, yeah, fuck, that was cool as hell. Yeah, again, they just spent so much money. All the designs and everything. Like the characters, they look better than the characters in the game. So they obviously they had to spend money to like do 2 designs for these characters because they had the young version and then the old version.
Yeah.
Different art styles, the editing. Oh yeah, just crazy how much they worked on this to make it succeed, basically.
Yeah.
And they did a really good job of making it accessible to someone who doesn't give a shit about the game or ever played the game.
Oh yeah,
I've watched a bit of it being played, but like I don't remember anything about any character at all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that was kind of the end of the episode. And during the meat of the episode, there's a lot of like political talk about war coming between Zahn and Piltover and a lot of that kind of stuff. A lot of political intrigue.
Yeah.
You could say.
With Jace and I don't remember her name, the counselor lady Mel. It's like, is she like working Jace for her own ends, or is she trying to help Jace? Like, it's hard to tell.
It's very hard to tell.
What's like, if she's doing it because she likes Jace or because she thinks Jace can help her with her political goals, or it's just, you can't really tell.
No.
I mean, you can tell by the end more.
Yeah.
But like in this episode, it was like, what's her end goal here?
Yeah.
So
it's definitely hard to know at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
I was trying to go through the synopsis here and think if there's anything else we haven't talked about, but I think that's kind of it for this episode.
It was a good episode. I would say, well, at the end, we'll talk about what our favorite sort of things were in the whole series. So
yeah. So next episode, Oil and Water. Vi and Caitlin have made it to Caitlin's place, the Kierman house, and everyone's very upset with everything that is going on.
I like the sort of interaction of like being like a Piltover and a Zahnite. Like, she's like, "Oh wow, this is quite the house." Like, and then I don't remember exactly what she said. Like, she implied they were breaking into someone's house or something like that.
Not Caitlin's house. They were like,
and
"This
it's
can't
like,
be your house."
Yeah,
like,
what's going on here? And then her parents kick down the door, and it's like, "What are you doing, Caitlin? It's good to see you." Like, whatever. And she's like, "Oh, this is like where you live. Like, this is bigger. This room is bigger than like where all of us lived as kids."
Yeah. Yeah.
More interaction with her mom and dad and her. Her dad is like very caring and like cleaning her wound and removing shrapnel and everything. And her mom is like, you have to think about us as how this reflects upon me as your mom and everything like that.
Well, her mom's a counselor, so there's a lot of face to save here. Exactly.
So Caitlin really wants to present evidence about what's going down in Zahn
with
to the
Silco
council
and Shimmer and all that kind of stuff.
And so, like, does no one in Piltover know anything about Zahn? I guess not.
No, I don't think so. Like, a lot of stuff is kept hush-hush, especially with Marcus being in control of everything.
Like, you don't think anyone was sneaking Shimmer into Piltover? Like, isn't that like the first thing that happens? Like, oh, we've got some drugs. Like, take it to where we can sell it for more money.
Yeah, it was all hush-hush. It was all repressed.
I mean, I guess so, but we don't see any evidence of it at all in Piltover.
No, we don't.
Like,
I don't think it is in Piltover. I think it was coming up to go out to other places, but I don't think was being sold and used in Piltover.
I think it's some of those counselors were making money because of Silco.
Yeah, oh yeah,
so
well, for sure.
I'm sure they knew about it.
Not the main counselors, I don't think, but I think some of the like the other tradespeople.
I don't know, man. They're all complaining about him putting a lockdown on Piltover and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, because then they shut the warp gates down so they can't get their trade out.
Yeah,
and they got
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say with those guys.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're politicians, so.
Yeah. And eventually, Mrs. Kierman is like, okay, Caitlin can present your case.
Yeah, I'll get it.
You and Vi.
Yeah, we can. I'll get a meeting going.
I'll get an
you.
audience. She comes through and she's like, just switches and she's like, yep, you're my daughter. We can do this.
Yeah.
You can present your case. See what happens.
So at the end of the last episode, like Vi was like basically dead on the bridge.
Yeah.
And Silco like, no, Jinx. Did I say Vi?
Yeah, you said Vi. Jinx is pretty much dead on the bridge.
So Silco gets her and takes, somehow he knows the Singe guy that's, I can't remember Marcus's buddy, his name ever, where he went to get his shimmer. Silco takes him down there to Singe and is like, you gotta save her. And he's like, well, I'll try and see what she may die because of this. And he's like, no, she'll live. And he like drugs Silco.
He's like, you can't watch.
Yeah. And then he goes to work on work injecting her and scalpeling her. And she's having like fever dreams of like Vi coming down with Caitlyn and,
Yeah, and Caitlyn being like doing the injections and all the operations on her.
And there was a very nice, not nice, I shouldn't say nice, but a very cool scene where she had Caitlyn and Vi, was it during this part? I can't remember, but Caitlyn's face was like all down, whatever. And then she's had all of a sudden a flash of an evil smile looking at her and stuff.
Yeah, that happens a lot throughout these episodes.
Yeah, it was very cool anyways. But it's, they do a very good job of showing like, oh yeah, she's not too stable.
Oh yeah.
She's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, is it just because she blames herself for the deaths of her friends, or like did something else happen?
I think she blames herself for the deaths of her friends, but she also blames Vi for leaving her.
Yeah, but like, I mean, I guess that would screw you up a bit.
Yeah,
but like, she's like super screwed up.
Oh yeah, and this surgery, injecting her with shimmer and getting her back to life is not.
But even before, like, I mean, Silco must have done something, like just been like, oh, you work for me now? Okay, you got to go kill these people. I don't want to kill these people. Well, you're going to kill these people.
That probably happened.
Because like she's super fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. Super fucked up.
Yeah. So she lives through the
procedure,
but she kind of disappears. Like Silco wakes up and is just like, what did you do?
Yeah. And she's just gone. And Singe isn't even there really.
Oh, no, he grabs
Oh yeah,
Singe,
he's there. Never mind.
But he's like, yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
And in the meantime, Mel's mother has shown up. She is the leader of Noxus.
Queen or something? I don't know.
Yeah, she's the leader of Noxus, and she's like this giant, imposing woman, just like fully battle scarred. And
she does a lot of lifting.
Oh, for sure. And we find out that Mel's brother has been killed.
Yes. So in
this time,
she also shows up and is just like, oh, I'm here to see my daughter, or whatever. And she's talking to her, and she's, I'm going to sample some of the delights of Piltover or whatever. And it was just like, so is there like an illegal sex trade going on here? Or is this just because she's the queen?
It's
or like
just because she's the queen or whatever she is.
It was kind of like, ooh, that's a little weird.
So she had banished, quote unquote, Mel from Noxus to, go and find herself, to grow a little, because Mel was too weak to become a leader.
Yeah, this was the first thing in the episode, I think. Was when
we had the little flashback
Mel,
of Mel.
They bring the queen of, I guess the queen, or I don't know, the princess that was remaining of some.
No, they just brought some girl in.
No, I think it was because the way they implied it was like, if you don't take care of her now, when she comes back,
she'll be
1,000 people will die instead of one.
I think she was just a girl.
Well, she said like strip her of her possessions and title, I think. So anyways, she's like, let her go. Show her mercy that we can be merciful or whatever. Yeah. And then her mom's like, nah, fuck that. And just chops her head off.
Yeah.
And then she banishes her because she says she's too weak to, work.
Yeah.
Take over. But later it's like, it's not actually that she's too weak. It's that her mom couldn't take her, like, not questioning her, but like sort of being like a moral compass for her. When she'd look at her daughter, she'd be like, oh, maybe I am a real big piece of shit. So that's kind of why she got banished. But also because it's like, oh, we've got like a, someone in this other country, like on their board of councils or whatever. We got like an inroad here. Yeah. So, yeah. Her mom's an interesting character anyways. It was a little weird to be introducing like a major character so late in the series.
I think it's going to have a lot to do with season 2 with this. Because she is saying that war is coming to Piltover, and I don't know
Well.
if she just means Zahn versus Piltover.
Yeah.
Especially since with the mysterious death of her brother, I think it was somebody from someplace else is
Well,
going to be coming.
So that's the thing too, though, is she just says like your brother's dead. Like we don't know if her brother's dead. It could be just a story she's spinning to be like, you know, get her like on their side more. Like, oh yeah, your brother's dead. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, you know, the enemies are at our gates. They even killed your brother. I mean, he probably is dead, but it could be just a lie. Her mom just seems to be the type.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. There's a funny scene though when they're walking like through the Cloud District or wherever the fuck they are, and some Sky cab pulls up and is like, "Oh, Miss, I don't even know what her last name is. Miss whatever, we're here for you." And they're both like, "Yes." And then her mom's like, "Oh, he's here for me." Yeah. And then she gets on and flies away with her male prostitute.
Yeah. There's a lot of Jace not knowing what to do about what's going down.
Well, it's weird. A guy who has no history or experience in leading is now in charge of everything, and he doesn't know what to do. That's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty strange.
I can't believe this happened.
So he actually has a meeting with Miss Medarda.
Yeah.
While she's in like the hot tub getting
all
the
nude.
rub down.
Yeah, exactly.
And she tries to convince Jace that he should go down there and do something about it.
Yeah.
He should take charge.
Exactly. While this is going on too, Heimerdinger has been making a slow journey
into the Undercity.
At first, they show him on a boat right at the end of last episode, I think.
I think it's going across.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, they're showing... I guess I should have known it was Heimerdinger, but I'm like, okay, what is this boat? Because it's just putting along the... They don't actually show him. They just show a small guy in a boat.
Yeah.
I guess I should have figured out it's Heimerdinger, but I was like, what is going on with this boat putting along the water here?
Yeah.
In this episode, we see him slowly making his way through Zahn, and you can tell like he's not used to Zahn because there's like people getting their shit beat out of him, and they're like, "Help!" and he's just kind of like, "Oh, I gotta go."
Yeah, he's not seen this kind of stuff before.
I don't know where he was going. Eventually,
he finds Echo,
but he says like, "Oh, I was coming here to offer my services, but no one wants my help."
Yeah.
So we didn't see any of that.
No, we definitely didn't. But yeah, he was down there to see if he could help at all. But
and Echo's like broken basically.
Yeah.
So Heimerdinger's like, he's also very impressed with their skateboard.
Yeah, the hoverboard.
Yeah. He's like, oh, this is like, you know, this fan is too heavy for this. And he's like, it's for the vents, dumbass. Works better in the vents. But Heimerdinger helps him get back to the Firefly base.
Yeah, and he's very, very in awe of what they managed to accomplish down there.
Yeah. So Victor gets back to the base of operations because he needs the hex core to do his shimmering. He smuggled the shimmer across the border in his cane. And he's like, it kind of reminded me of the scene in New Jack City where Chris Rock is going to start smoking crack again. Where he's like kind of like crying and like not wanting to do it, but like, I better do it anyways.
Yeah. And
he injects himself with the shimmer and then grabs on the hex core, which somehow makes his leg into cyborg leg.
Yep. Makes his leg into cyborg leg and suddenly he can just run.
Yeah, run really fast.
Yeah, he's got the ability.
But it looks kind of like he needs to keep getting jacked up on shimmer to
sure does
keep doing it. So
he ends up running out of shimmer and then trying to do another with his session
with his blood
with the hex core.
And while this is going on, while he's getting jacked up on the blood hex core, Sky is walking down the hallway towards the thing, like, you know, trying to figure out how he can or she can like.
Yeah, she's playing the conversation in her head.
Like,
of what
how
she's
can he talk to
Victor
about like her idea of or project or whatever?
Yeah, because she really likes Victor and she's very enamored with him.
I'm looking at the synopsis here on Wikipedia and it says their childhood friend and assistant Sky. I didn't get the impression that
I did
they
not
were
get
childhood
that impression
friends.
Either. No,
I did get the impression that she liked him, but that might have been like, I don't know if she liked him or if it was like she's been trying to talk to him about this project for a while. So trying to be like, oh, do you walk me home tonight? And then like she can be like, oh, I have this idea or whatever.
Yeah.
it's hard to say, whatever. But she breaks in and sees like not breaks in. She goes in the room and Victor's like grabbed onto the hex core and it's just like the power is percolating.
Yeah. So
and
she
she's
tries
like,
to run up there, grab him, and pull him away from the core.
And the core is like, not today, and like just disintegrates her into a pile of dust.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that sucks for her.
Yeah.
Victor did not like the outcome of that.
He sure didn't.
He's looking at her like
glasses and notes
and
stuff.
notes and reading the notes like, oh, Victor, I'm really like, what did she say? Like, I look up to you and this, that, and the other thing. And he's like, oh, I really fucked up. And so then he gets out the old dust buster and vacuums up her dust, puts it into an urn.
Yeah.
He ends up going to the place where Heimerdinger found him, I think, when he was a kid.
That's next episode, though.
Oh, that's next episode? Okay.
Yeah, we, at this point, Vi is just wandering around Piltover, I guess, and comes across Jace's, workshop, his hammer making workshop, and he's there making, something.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and then she talks to him, and they eventually decide that they're going to do something about this together.
Yeah.
She manages to convince him that we have to do something about this.
Yeah,
I know you want to do something about this, so let's just do it.
There's like the gauntlets he made for like mining, and she's like, oh, I knew someone that had some gauntlets like this before. And she puts them on, and they decide like, okay, yeah, we'll go. We'll take it to Silco.
Yeah. When she puts the gauntlets on, I'm just like, yes, yes, let's go. It's time.
Yeah, I was like, that must be her weapon in the game.
Oh,
she must
100%.
use big ass fist.
100%.
They go into the factory.
Yeah, with a lot of enforcers.
Yes.
Jace, Vi,
and
into the factory. They like take a train in, bust it all down.
Yeah.
Epic fight ensues.
Yes.
Not as epic as, some other fights, but still pretty good fight where they're just busting out.
This is when I was just like, is that like Jace's super move when he shoots out blue orbs? Like, is that his deal in the game? He accidentally kills some kid.
Yeah.
He runs and presses the like alarm button.
The kid,
and it like lets loose like some shimmer super soldiers. They are in their like armor, and when the alarm gets pressed, they just get all juiced up on shimmer. And then they're like moving super fast. But Jace, who we've never seen him lift a finger to do a fight at all of a sudden is like an uber fighter. I get that he's like been working in the forge so he can wield a hammer, but like all of a sudden he's just like, I guess he has the hex core on his side, or like hex tech on his side.
Yeah, his
so
hammer is all hex tech.
Evens it up a bit.
It
for him.
shoots things, it hammers things, it does all kinds of things.
I really liked Vi's like steampunk, sort of like gauntlets where she would like cock it and steam would be like shooting out of it,
juice them up.
So it was very cool that way for sure.
Yeah, lots of epic shots of Vi just punching bruisers across the.
Oh yeah, just and there. I think they did like sort of X-ray view too, where it would show her punching him in the torso, and just all the ribs are just shattered. So looked really cool.
Yeah, really cool slow-mo stuff. Lots of good shots here.
Jace kind of gets that bloodlust and is just firing off his blue bolts everywhere, and he accidentally hits this kid and kills him.
Yeah.
And then Jace is kind of like, am I a man or am I a beast?
Yeah, at the end of this, they realize that like all the enforcers have all the workers rounded up, but all the workers are just children.
Yeah.
Like the entire workforce
this was
children.
This was like the opposite of the Fireflies. This is like the Pan, like where the kids in Peter Pan go to make all the drugs for Peter Pan, whereas the Fireflies was the nice side.
Yeah.
Also, while this is going on, Caitlin is having a shower and she's thinking about Vi, and you can tell she's like, no, because earlier Vi's like, you should forget about me. Like, we don't go together. We're like
oil and water.
And Caitlin's in the shower thinking like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to go get my girl.
Yeah.
And she gets out of the shower and you can see like,
the mirror starts steaming up,
and you can see all like Jinx style graffiti on it, and then you see like Jinx in the background all jacked up on shimmer. It's like, oh my god. So is it in this episode or the next episode where Jinx goes to Silco and starts jabbing him with his injection. I think it's in this episode.
I think it's the other one because this is well, maybe it's this one. I'm not entirely
After
sure.
she gets brought back to life, she goes back.
Might have been before that. Might have been the last episode.
No, because it's after she gets brought back to life. And this episode started with her being healed.
In any case, we can talk about it.
Anyways, she's like, I guess I don't know why.
Because I don't think we see.
I don't know why Silco has to inject the shimmer into his eye.
That's just how he likes to do it.
I guess so. But Jinx is there and she like steals his injector away and starts jabbing him in the face, you know. Because maybe that is the next episode.
No, I think it's the previous episode.
Well, no, because it's after she overhears him talk about it's in the next episode because it's after Jace and Silco have their meeting. Because she overhears how they want to, part of the peace deal they broker is they have to turn over Jinx.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's in the next episode, so we'll get to that. Yeah, the next episode called The Monster You Created. What monster are they talking about? Jace is like, I fucked up. I killed this kid. I can't do it. I can't fight like this. Vi's like, well, I'm going to take it to Silco. So I'm taking these gauntlets with me. He's like, you can't leave without the gauntlets. He's like, I guess we're going to have to fight. And Jace is like, fuck it. Take the gauntlets. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And they broker a meeting between Jace and Silco to determine peace accord, basically.
Yeah.
And Silco's like, you know, we want an independent nation, no interference from Piltover, this, that, and the other thing. Basically asking for everything so there's no war.
Yeah.
And Jace is like, you want everything but give us nothing? Like, we have to have Jinx.
Yeah,
like,
you give us Jinx and you'll have your nation of zombies.
Yeah. And he's like, I'd love to put you in prison, Silco, but obviously that's not going to work. Everybody up top knows Jinx, so we need Jinx.
Yeah.
And eventually Silco goes to this, I guess it's the statue of Vander. That for some
it's
reason,
Vander's statue.
You think Silco would have blown that up or something. Anyways, Vander's there and he's like talking to him like, oh, you know, we could have done it and blah, blah, blah. And I raised her like a daughter and this. And then they pan back and like Jinx is hiding behind the statue, overhearing, you know, talking about how this deal has to be, you know, Jinx has to be handed over to Piltover for peace.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very interesting scene.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The whole interaction between Jace and Silco was good.
Yeah. And then the whole scene where Jace brings that deal to the council is great.
They're
as well,
like
everyone
super
just
fucking
loses their
pissed off.
minds. It's all slow mo. Everyone's just
But
like yelling at each other.
That whole like sort of counselor scene thing that was going on is through the course of the whole episode.
Oh yeah,
because the season literally ends on the vote passing.
Yeah.
While everything else is going on.
Yeah, this after everyone talks or after that Vander with the Vander statue and Silco talking to Vander statue, Vi starts rolling into the last drop.
Yes.
This is also a really good scene.
We missed a whole bunch of subplot about
yeah, we'll talk about that later because we missed it all throughout this episode, but we'll go through it.
With the other
let's talk about it after we talk about this Vi versus Savika fight. It's good Wild West saloon kind of thing where Vi just rolls in, some dude's like putting a record on, he just drunkenly rolls up, and then everyone's just like looking at the door, and the dude's just like, oh god.
Yeah, he's and like he thinks everyone's looking at him because he chose the wrong song, and then he's like, oh shit, Vi's right.
And then
Savika just like, tells everybody get out of here.
And then epic fight ensues.
Yeah, this was a crazy fight too.
Vi still got the gauntlets on, and Savika's just juiced up on shimmer.
Is she juiced up, or is her just arm juiced
Her gauntlets all juiced up.
I don't know if she takes shimmer.
And suddenly her blade that she can take out, like shoots lasers or something.
Well, I think it was like sort of like a lightsaber style thing.
Something like that, but it has range.
Yeah. They have an epic fight. One of Vi's gauntlets gets fucked up because she like uses her sword to squirt right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a crazy battle. Like, holy shit. Like, Savika could take a punch.
Yeah, especially with those gauntlets.
Yeah,
but
like,
I think she
holy
is
shit.
juiced up on Shimmer a little bit.
I think all these guys that are in these battles are like, they're not necessarily juiced up on Shimmer, but they're like super powered or something.
Yeah.
Because like one of those punches would just decimate a regular person.
And then after Vi just beats down Savika eventually,
yeah,
Jinx shows up and just says, "Way to go, sis," and just
knocks her out. She like rips Savika's arm off.
Yeah.
That was the part where I'm like, okay, is Vi's super ability in the game like a shield? Because she summons this shield where Savika was jumping at her. Because Savika's face was like pushed up against this shield she had and like all smushed up. And I was like, oh my god, what is happening here?
She has armor that she can put on.
Okay.
A temporary armor.
Yeah.
The one little bit of the fight scene where they're both just like super tired.
Yeah, and
aside
she
from
gets a
beating each other,
drink.
Gets a drink and just throws it at Savika, and then they continue to go at it.
Yeah.
While Savika's just like sitting in like one of the booths. That's
just
funny.
relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very funny.
Okay, let's Jinx knocks her out. So throughout these 3 episodes, there is like the underground council of like drug lords and criminals, and they have meetings and stuff, and they're worried about what's going on with Silco. Like he's losing his grip on the underground, and he's just worried about Jinx all the time, and Jinx will take care of it, and yada yada yada. So they're having like back alley meetings, back closed door meetings without him, trying to figure out what the hell they're gonna do.
Well, they invited him to the one he went to.
Yeah, and the one that he went to, where Finn is kind of, he's like this, I don't know.
He's like a Yakuza guy?
Yeah, he's like a Yakuza guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to this meeting, him and Savika, and they just interrupt the meeting. No one gets to talk to them. They just crank open the gas.
Yeah.
And he just proves his point that, hey, I can kill you anytime.
Yeah. But
they gas out the room, the fans turn off, and he just starts handing out gas masks.
So, like, why didn't it affect Silco?
Because what they were pumping out was what the mines were like, and he's been down there for so long that it doesn't affect him anymore. It's not like a noxious gas. It's just how Zahn used to smell, and like
the way what's his name was acting at the end. It seemed pretty noxious to me, because he's like, first he's just doing a little cough.
Yeah.
But then he's like lying on the ground like, please give me the mask. I'm dying down here.
I think it's just like the air in the mines and whatnot that Silco had become immune to.
So, I mean, it showed his power over them, but it also like made his, what's his name? Will? What did you say his name was?
Finn.
Oh, Finn. Why did I say Will? Finn is like, okay, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
So I think in episode 8 is when he visits Savika and is like, where's, she's like, Silco's not here. He's like, no, I'm here to talk to you. And he kind of is like, you seem to be a pretty tough lady, and like, it seems like all that Silco cares about is Jinx, and like, we need a new person in charge, and trying to lay the foundation, like, hey, you could be the new Silco, basically.
Yeah.
If we got rid of Silco.
Yeah.
And then in this episode 9, is when Savika, before she fights Vi, Savika, Finn, and the
one
other
of the other
woman,
crime lords,
she shows up and she's upset. Well, maybe there was another scene we missed too. Yeah, we missed a scene in the drug den where she's there and it was her son that Jace killed.
Yeah.
Which is like, why would her son be working in there? That was weird to me.
Yeah.
She's
needs
like
a job, I guess.
She's like a crime boss, but she can't afford to have her son not work in the drug den. Anyways, she's upset that her son's dead, so she's on Finn's side to get rid of Silco, because Silco's like, he kind of is like, well, sorry your son died, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that's the price of business.
So they eventually roll into Silco's office, and like, the way they've set it up is like, he sits down and is talking to Silco like, you know what? Everyone's wants to get rid of you. We've been, you're old news, buddy. We're taking out the trash, and today's the day you're gonna die. And like Savika's like next to Silco, like implying she's gonna slice him down, but it's actually like she just kills Finn. And
because Silco goes on, has a big speech about loyalty.
Yeah.
And who is loyal to who and blah, 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 blah. And loyalty is everything. And then Savika just cuts down Finn because Savika's loyal to Silco.
Yeah. And then the other woman was just, Silco's like, get the fuck out of here. And she's like, oh my God, and runs away. And then, Silco's like, were you tempted at all? And she's like, to that worm? No. So it implies she could be tempted, but I mean, at the end of the episode, they kind of set it up like she's going to be in charge anyways. Yeah. So,
so after Vi is knocked out, she wakes up at a table, all tied up. Across the table is Silco, all tied up.
Yeah.
But he's got a gag on.
Yeah.
And then there's like a dummy of Milo and a dummy of Clegor. Just like made up there and sitting around this like Mad Hatter-esque table. Mm-hmm. And Jinx comes out and they're trying to like convince Jinx that she's Powder and she should be Powder. And there's two chairs. One says Jinx, one says
two
Powder.
directors' chairs. One on the back says Powder, one says Jinx.
And and Jinx is like, it's up to you, Vi, to see who I should be.
Yeah. He's like, she's like, I visited your girlfriend. Yeah. Let me go get her. And she comes back with like a platter with a silver like topper on it. And it's just like, holy fuck. She just chopped her head off.
I know.
Like, holy shit. And then she like, Vi's like, oh my God, no. And she like drops it down and takes the lid off. And she's like, I'm not that crazy. It's just like a cupcake underneath.
A cupcake with the Hextech gemstone in it.
Yeah. And then she goes and gets Caitlin and brings Caitlin over, and
Caitlin's all tied up.
She's like, it's up to you to decide who I am.
Yeah.
She gives her the gun, and it's basically like, kill Caitlin and I'll be Powder.
Make Caitlin go away and I'll be Powder.
Which is very, I don't know. I don't know how she got so fixated on Caitlin so quickly.
Yeah.
That she's like the reason Vi is... I don't know.
Because Vi and Caitlin were always together when they were down there.
I guess
so. That's what she saw, and she's like, I'm being replaced by Caitlin.
Yeah.
And so now she needs to, in order to be her sister, in order for Vi and Powder to be sisters again, she has to get rid of Caitlin.
Vi
they can't be together.
Trying to appeal to her, like, I wanted to be with you. I was in prison. Like, there's nothing I could do. Like, there's nothing that I could possibly do to get to you. I wish I could. We can leave here.
Yeah.
I'll leave Caitlin. We can go anywhere, we don't have to be here or whatever. And she's having, at this point, she finally gets rid of Milo and Clegor as like, the cricket, like Jiminy Crit on her shoulder. Cause she shoots them as she's talking to them. Yeah. So I think they're gone.
Which knocks a little wine glass over and breaks it next to Caitlin. And so Caitlin manages to get the wine glass and cut her bonds. And while they're talking and Jinx is losing her mind.
Yeah. And she picks up her fucking Gatling gun. And she's like, drop the gun. Drop the gun. Drop the gun. And she does put the gun down.
Yeah, but then she puts the gun down on the table, but then her whatever happened to her where Singed fixed her, like she becomes just crazy overpowered and just goes at Caitlin super quickly, knocks her down, gets the gun away from her, knocks her unconscious.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile,
Silco
gets the thing out of his mouth.
He gets free.
He doesn't get free, but he gets the thing out of his mouth. Because he has a little gag in his mouth, but that comes out of his mouth. And so him and Vi are just trying to plead with Jinx that their way is the right way.
It's like, come to me.
Yeah.
Come to me.
And then the way they frame the shot when Powder / Jinx just loses her mind, just opens up with her Gatling gun.
Well, Silco does get free too, because he does shoot at Vi.
Does he? Oh yeah, he gets the gun.
Yeah. And he misses, because it's kind of like they sort of like, it's kind of like one of those shots in a movie where it's like you hear the bullet go off and it's like who got
shot
shot or whatever, you know? But while that's going on, Jinx does like fucking blow Silco down with her Gatling gun.
It's not known right away that she
Yeah.
blew him down. It just shows holes in the chair.
Yeah, it's like,
And
who
you're like,
died?
what the hell happened?
Yeah,
what
who
the hell
died?
happened?
Who got shot? And then it shows, it spins around slowly, reveal,
yeah.
Silco's shot, and Jinx is like, no, I screwed up. I'm so sorry. And then Silco's dying, and it's like, I would have never turned you over. You're my daughter. You know, you're
Yeah.
perfect the way you are. You know, I love you, basically. And then he dies. And that's the moment where like it's powder's done for.
Yeah,
There's
powder's
no
done.
more powder.
It's only Jinx.
Yeah. So she goes over, sits in the Jinx chair.
Yeah.
And is like, you know what? I hate those fucking Piltover motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I have a straight shot from here to the fucking
Council chamber.
the council chamber. So I'm gonna put the old gemstone in my bazooka.
Well, in her Gatling gun, and then turns into the bazooka, the shark bazooka.
Okay. And then she fires a bazooka shot
Yeah.
at the council room. While that's happening as well, they're finally voting. Mel has she has the little house sigil ring on her finger, and she's looking at it, and she takes it off like symbolically, like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck my mom. She's trying to manipulate us. So she's the first one to vote for peace with
Yeah.
Zahn. And then everyone reluctantly agrees
Yeah,
to it.
everyone starts raising their hand.
And when the last vote comes in is like the millisecond before this bazooka shark round
The nuke
blows the
comes through the window, and we don't see it explode.
no. So
it comes through the
right
window.
before it hits the window, there's some sort of thing going on with Mel's
Oh yeah, because her back is to the window.
Yeah.
And so the light on her back makes her
yeah.
makes
So
it shine.
I don't know if she's a character in the game or whatever. If she's gonna produce some sort of explosive bubble protector or something. I don't know. That whole scene of the bazooka shot flying it lasts like 30 seconds.
Oh,
and It's
yeah.
very well framed and everything like
yeah.
that. Except there was a few shots where it was like, did she fire it at the moon?
Yeah, because the moon's up there and it's
Yeah.
just going across the moon.
Yeah. So it was very cool anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, once the glass starts to break the tiniest from the shot hitting the room, that's it.
That's it.
Show's
It's the end of
over.
season 1.
Show's over.
I immediately was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
When's season 2 coming out?
When's season 2? I gotta see what's happening here. Yeah, it was good. There was not a moment, I don't think, in this show where I was just like, what the fuck? Why did they do this?
Yeah.
Every show was a tight 40. There was no time wasted.
Yeah.
Even I guess they're wasted air quotes. It's like, they have a cool, montage of animation of whatever. And it's like, okay, that didn't add anything to it, but it would look so cool.
It was dope as hell.
It didn't matter that it didn't
Yeah.
add anything. But there was no scenes where it was just like, what was the point in that? Like, I can't think back of being like, why was that shown?
Yeah. Everything looked great.
Like,
Not everything had a purpose to be shown, but I think everything kind of did.
but what could you say was shown that didn't matter?
I think
Like, if you think back, it's like, okay, why did they show that Singe guy with his axolotl
Mhm.
getting saved? It's like, oh, that leads into it later where Victor comes down because
Yeah.
I'm fucked up.
Yeah. The only thing
I
that
know it
didn't
can help
really
me.
matter was the beginning of episode 7 with the music intro with the firelights. I don't think that really
Oh,
mattered.
well,
that
okay.
was cool as
but
hell.
that was
though.
like
It was cool as
like
hell.
a cool scene. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay. But there was no dialogue in that. Like,
No, it was just a cool little intro opening.
yeah, basically. But yeah, there was no at no points in this where I just was like, all right, let's move it along here, or like, really, that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
There was the times where it was like the reveal with Echo is like, oh, okay, like that doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
When they first reveal him, because it's like, who's this guy? I've
Yeah,
never
it's
seen him,
been-
but it's like, oh, it's a grown up version of a kid we saw earlier.
Yeah, it's been 4 episodes or so, maybe just 3, but those 3 episodes in between are so packed full of storyline
Huh.
that you're like, there's so much to absorb, and it's done there's just so much storytelling that you kind of forget about Echo.
But it's also too, like, as you watch it, if you play the game, it's like, oh, that's young Echo. I know him from the game. So you think like, okay, that was Echo.
Yeah.
I see Echo, he's gone. It's like, and then they bring up a character. It's like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't look the same. He's another black character, but like, it could be anybody. I don't know. So,
yeah.
but other than that, like, I've never played the game and I enjoyed the whole thing.
Yeah.
I think the standout actress in this thing is definitely Powder /
Oh,
Jinx.
yeah.
Like, by far the best voice acting in the show, I think.
For sure. For sure.
But I think even everybody was good. Even Heimerdinger, which I didn't like, like the character, the voice was done well, even though I found it incredibly annoying.
Yeah, there was nothing in the show that was done poorly or half-assed or anything like that.
I mean, yeah, I agree. They spent a lot of money on it, so I would hope so.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was nothing where it was just like, oh, they skimped on this or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think by far the best was the voice actress for Jinx and Powder.
For sure.
But everybody else was good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there was any bad acting, really.
No, definitely not. Everything was done really well.
Yeah.
Really well.
And the other thing, like I said, they implied that Savika is probably going to be in charge of Silco's operation now because she's still alive, even though her arm got ripped off. But she's sitting in like Silco's office, lighting a cigar. Silco's dead. She like
doesn't
next.
know, though.
Yeah, but she's like next in command.
Yeah,
so.
she is next in command.
So she's going to be in charge of Silco's
yeah.
operation moving forward. So, like I said, I never played the game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But like pretty much every main character is in the game, right?
Yeah.
Like there's...
Yeah, so Vi.
Yeah, well, of course, Vi,
her
Jinx,
custom gauntlets.
Jace, Heimerdinger.
She's a jungle bruiser. That's what she does. Jinx is, of course, attack damage carry, ranged attack. Her weapon in the game changes from the Gatling gun to the rocket launcher.
Okay.
At whim. Caitlyn, who often goes against her in the bottom lane. So that's kind of like interesting that they made that kind of a thing because they would be adversaries in the game as well. Victor.
Of course, once he got juiced up.
Yeah, his main weapon in the game is that laser arm that he shows off in episode 3.
Yeah.
And of course the hex core.
Yeah.
And he's a caster. Jace, of course, in with the hammer. Most of the stuff that he does with the hammer, I think, is in the game. Like the abilities that he because it does shoot. It goes from he can use it as a hammer or as a gun.
Okay.
Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
Is in.
Of course.
It doesn't really show his weapons in the game.
He doesn't do anything in the show though.
No, but in the game he uses he throws wrenches and then has turrets.
I heard that if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah. Singed, of course, is in the game.
Yeah.
And
his thing he summons his axolotl?
No. He has a big barrel of green goo on the back that is gas. I believe. And so he just walks around releasing the gas.
Oh,
he's actually a really fun guy to play.
I believe that's mutagen on his back.
And then Echo, of course. He's a jungle bruiser guy.
So Vander's not in the game?
Nope.
Okay. I'm surprised.
No, those are the only characters that are in the game that are in here.
Really? Mel? No. Mel's mom?
Nope.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting to see where these characters end up.
Okay.
I believe very second episode when Jace gets and his mom gets rescued, I believe the character that rescues him is Rise, who is a ancient mage of Runeterra, and of course Runeterra is the entire world that they live on.
As this episode was going on, I had a theory about what was happening. There was a few times when Singe talked, I thought wow, this guy sounds a little bit like Jace.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, is it possible that this is future Jace that got all fucked up and he was rescued himself in the past? And this is the same guy, but I don't think so. But I was like, wow, is it the same voice actor?
Yeah.
Because it sounded a few times. So I was like, wow, that sounds like Jace putting on a fake accent. But no. I don't think so.
Some of the characters that I thought would fit the storyline that we don't see are Twitch, who is he's like a rat creature from Zon. Dr. Mundo might fit, he's just like this big shimmered up doctor guy.
Could that be the doctor that they went to in one of the previous episodes where Caitlyn traded her gun for...
No.
No? Okay. I don't think they showed that doctor, did they?
No.
No.
Well, they did kind of. It was like a weird, like
Oh yeah.
bat creature kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Ziggs, who is a mad scientist, and then Warwick. Warwick was one of the guys that I figured we would have seen this series, but we didn't.
Oh yeah.
And he's called the Madman of Zon.
Ooh.
He's like a werewolf kind of guy.
I wonder if they'll add any of these characters to the game.
I don't know. And then characters from Piltover that we didn't see that I thought might fit might have been Ezreal, who is a caster.
Yeah.
And then season 2, I feel like there's going to be more interaction with Noxus.
Obviously.
Because of
Mel's mom.
And she did mention someone that was coming for them, like some person. And so there are a few people that might be, that could be Draven or Darius or Swain or Talon.
Well, I thought she was talking that it was like someone from a different country.
It could be,
Noxus.
but the only other countries that I think would fit that would make good storyline are Demacia and Freljord.
But
Demacia is kind of like, they're like a proper kingdom kind of thing with like a king and a queen and stuff like that. But they're like, they're not evil. Neither is really Freljord, but
I don't know. The country's named Noxus, so
yeah,
they don't sound like they're the good guys
right?
too much.
But there are also other characters that I think might show up in season 2, like Katarina and Riven and Samira and LeBlanc.
I guess they probably were like, you know what? We got too many fucking characters in
There's
here.
a lot of characters, so they got to pick and choose who they're going to put in the show.
We can't put everybody in.
I feel like the characters that I mentioned might be ones that come in.
Yeah.
I think
not all of them though.
Not all of them. Not at all.
That'd be crazy.
But I think if they were to go further, having something with Freljord and Demacia being within the story would be interesting as well. Because there's a lot of interesting characters out of there that, I like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they made all these characters more or less likable. Even Silco is like kind of, you know,
he's just
relatable.
A family man.
I mean, he's doing his thing for his quote unquote people, even though he's like, you know, a drug lord or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he still is just
he's trying to help his people.
Yeah, basically.
Even though he's not helping them by giving them all these drugs.
Yeah. It's like, who's worse though? Silco or like the counselors that are like repressing Zon to prevent them from like rising up to be anything better than what they are.
Yeah.
So
whole story of Vander was still there, but
well, yeah, Vander was just he was just holding the line. He was just, I mean, things were better with Vander for sure, but
yeah,
it's like nothing was getting better.
No, it wasn't getting worse, but it also wasn't getting better.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think probably Act 1 was my favorite act of the 3 acts.
Yeah,
like the first 3 episodes, just because I don't know, it was like the sort of like climax and the like, you know, hold over till next episode 4, where it was like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen next, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like between episode 6 and 7, I mean, we watched them in groups of 3. That's kind of the way the show is set up, is 3 acts. It wasn't like, you know, what's gonna happen between. I wasn't as like, holy shit, what's gonna happen next?
Wasn't as big of a life-changing thing that happened between 6 and 7.
And I think at the end of episode 3 too, like Vi's interaction with Powder was like so like intense. Like, you're a Jinx. Like she's like, no, don't leave me, Vi, don't leave me. It was just like so emotionally like up there. It just kept it hot. Like the sort of intensity was just so much more, where it was like, holy fuck, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
But I mean, I liked all the episodes, so
yeah, they were all really good. 7 is by far my favorite, just with all the character interactions and all the storyline, and of course the big Echo fight.
Yeah, that was good too.
That was so good.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I recommend the series.
Yeah, highly recommend the series. Even if you don't play League of Legends, it's highly watchable.
I've never played it.
It is highly enjoyable.
I know nothing about League of Legends.
Yeah.
So it was definitely well made, and it had enough, I'm sure, enough like callbacks to the game for people that play it, but also like you don't need to know anything about it.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing about it.
You definitely don't. But there are a lot of callbacks to the game, like the porgs and in the
Yeah,
Being
but
all
it's
like
like
caged up and stuff.
it's like just a wink and a nod to people that have played the game. So I recommend it for sure.
Yeah, and next up
Yeah,
for Weebus Plebus,
yeah,
we are going to be delving into Chainsaw Man.
actual anime. I believe.
Actual anime. This is a very popular anime that has it's still being released.
Crazy.
The first season is still being released. Episode 12, I believe, is coming out shortly.
Okay.
But it'll probably be a 12 episode season, but we'll see.
Yeah, and we're gonna do the first 3, I think.
We'll do the first 3 for next Weebus Plebus.
Yes, I'm excited. I know nothing about Chainsaw Man.
I know nothing about Chainsaw Man either.
Except
All I
think
know is
he
that
has-
it's very
I
popular
think
right
he has
now.
a chainsaw for a head.
Chainsaw for a head, chainsaw on his arms.
It's like Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, it's supposed to be ultra gory and crazy.
I hope I like it.
I highly doubt it, but I haven't seen it yet either.
Well,
So I
why
don't know.
why do you doubt it? Why do you doubt it?
It's going to be fairly anime.
No, it's not going to be like the anime I don't like though. It's not going to be like Trigun. Where
You don't know that. We don't know
It's
that
called
yet.
Chainsaw Man.
It is called Chainsaw Man.
It's not going to be like Trigun or I don't know. I guess that Trigun and Devilman Crybaby or whatever the fuck it was called.
We
No.
haven't watched Devilman.
No,
Crybaby.
what did we watch?
should watch
Cyborg.
Cyborg 009
007?
versus Devilman.
Okay.
If we watch Devilman Crybaby, you might actually like that a little bit.
Okay.
Because it is messed up.
Okay.
It is,
I'm okay with that.
It's so weird.
But like generally, I've more or less liked everything we did watch. We had the for people new to Weebus Plebus, we did the prototype Weebus Plebus on our other podcast called the Stream Void Podcast, but we spun it off because it was just too much to talk about in one episode of this other podcast. And we did do some anime, and more or less everything that we watched I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Except Trigun, the Cyborg 009. And what else?
Vampire Hunter D.
I mean, that was bad, but it wasn't like I hated it or
Yeah.
anything. But Trigun, and actually the worst one was the Cyborg 009 one. That one was very hard to watch. But I think that was just because I had no fucking idea what was going on with any
Yeah,
of the
they don't.
characters.
That is a kind of a mashup where you need to be familiar with the other two.
Yeah, maybe if I watched the other two animes first, I would have been like, oh, okay, all right. But that one, I was just, I don't know what is going on with any of this stuff.
Yeah, me neither. But I
So.
enjoyed it nonetheless.
Yeah. But Trigun was the worst. I hated Trigun.
One of my favorites.
Oh my God. Terrible, terrible, terrible.
All right, guys, that's going to close out this episode. Make sure you watch the first 3 episodes of Chainsaw Man, streaming now on Crunchyroll.
Oh, yeah.
And, of course, we don't record this every week. We record it every 2 weeks just to give ourselves a break because it's a lot of work.
Yes.
And, make sure to share this podcast around with your friends.
Yes.
And let us know how we're doing.
Yes.
And, we'll see you guys again. I guess in 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Silco isn't in there, is he? In the game?
He's not.
Oh, I see.
He is
Singe is Silco's Shimmer dude? No. I don't think so.
Singe is fun to play.
Silco makes the Shimmer.
Yes, he does. Singe.
Or does Singe make Silco Shimmer?
I don't think so.
No.
No. It's
because he uses special stuff, doesn't he?
He does. It's fun to play him because he just walks around releasing gas,
Mhm.
but then one of your abilities is to hook somebody and throw them into your ass.
Oh.
So you're like, and you just keep running.
Hook him in the ass,
Hook
baby.
him in the ass, throw him in the gas. Let's go!
The double whammy. I love it. Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man. I'll have to see if it's on the old soap.
I gotta resubscribe to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that if it's not on the soapy boy. It'd be worth it anyways. Has anyone watched the Chainsaw Man? Tank, have you watched the Chainsaw Man? Or Mosh? Have you watched the Chainsaw Man? Mosh was like, what did he say? He suggested something, I think. Oh no, we were talking about Edge Runners.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's in an anime style, but like I think we need an actual anime.
Yeah. This is definitely actual anime.
So I'd like to watch Edge Runners though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Maybe we'll do that next.
It looks good. I guess.
You guess?
Yeah, I mean, cyberpunk, you know? There's also the Dragon Age anime, but I like watched the trailer and fuck, this looks terrible. It's like too whimsical for Dragon Age.
Whimsy.
Yeah,
Damn
dude.
that whimsy.
Dragon Age isn't really whimsical. You ever played Dragon Age?
No.
Yeah. Take my word for it. It's not whimsical. I think I want to watch The Chainsaw Man. Well, watch 3 episodes for the next Plebis.
Yes.
Oh my God, Franklin. Getting a blowjob over there. What's everybody's plans for the rest of the day? I'm gonna get some lunching.
Lunching.
The whole appeal of Dragon Age when they made it was that it was gritty. Yeah, basically. Like the blood magic and everything. Yeah. I'm working at the store tomorrow.
In the store.
And then I'm in the warehouse for the rest of the week, I think.
Very good.
Got to deal with those shirts, baby. There's a lot of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been
I know. I saw the.
it's
I
been-
saw the snap.
it's been a struggle. Not really, but it's just frustrating dealing with all this shit. Stupid bullshit. Where it's like, why didn't you just do it right the first time? But it's not about doing it right.
Doing it right.
Same thing. We bought a truck crash of groceries. Did I tell you about this?
Yep.
And it was in the freezer container outside.
Yep.
But they didn't deal with it for like 2 weeks. So then they opened it up and it was like all like fucking leaks and shit that were all like going bad. So it stunk to fucking high heaven. And they're all greasy and like slimy and shit. And then I didn't deal with that stuff, thankfully. And Curb, I keep forgetting to tell you to go fuck yourself for that spider snap. Don't worry, that spider's dead, dude. That spider was DOA shortly after that.
DOA shortly.
I just picked that box up that he was crawling off of, too. I picked it up and I started to work and I was like, oh God, look at this spider. I'll send you a snap if there's any more spiders. I did not need to see that day or any day ever. So we're going to watch on stream with Mosh. We're going to watch Arachnophobia and Big Ass Is it called Big Ass Spiders?
I don't know.
There's another horror movie called like Big Ass Spiders or something like that. So that'll be 2 we do, Mosh. Prepare your loins for the really big show.
Really
8-Legged Freaks? No.
Eight-legged freaks.
Maybe 8-Legged Freaks? I thought there was another one that was literally called like Big Ass Spiders. But maybe 8-Legged Freaks. But yes, I've never seen Arachnophobia.
No?
No.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not very good.
Who's in that? That's
I don't know.
David Arquette. Somebody from like 90210 or some shit.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I can't remember. Who knows? But yes, Chainsaw Man next Weebus Play. Make sure you watch it.
Yes.
Maybe next week. I'll probably do it next week, so I'm fresh. So I remember. Unless I like, maybe I'll watch the first episode and maybe I'll be like, that was so good. I'll watch it twice.
Jeff Daniels, John Goodman.
Yeah, Jeff Daniels. That's who I thought was in it. Yeah, I'm sure it's terrible. Cool. What's for lunch today? I guess it's 3 o'clock. It's almost dinner time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should fly away.
Ah, sounds good.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Oops. Going live on Facebook. There we go. Going live on Facebook.
Oh, baby.
Stop. Stop the thing. Cancel. Stop.